Anyway. Our band of adventurers had recently headed into the Offra Mountains, seeking work and recognition. Your intention for this journey was to investigate miners disappearing on the way to the various mines. Your first day was uneventful, arriving at the Alpha Camp situated nearer to the entrance of the mountain pass, where you got information on whereabouts this tends to happen, between two mines simply labelled Iron 2 and Iron 3. As you made your way through to this in-between, you had a small encounter with some rather eager insects that wanted to consume a fallen Zamahan guard, of which you promptly defeated and kept some identification. As you set camp for the night, Koto was nearly grabbed and dragged away by some weird, part human, part fish creatures, designed to give chase down a small tunnel. You attempted to move stealthily and ended up in what appeared to be the main cavern of this area. There you were set upon by these creatures, including several more humanoid creatures. For a long and bloody battle, you were victorious, though with a few of them fleeing into the darkness. Now, with many of you bloodied, bruised, but very much alive, that is where we left off. So, as the adrenaline starts to leave your system, what do you all wish to do?
Somebody said something about a hostage last time.
Yeah, I think there was a hostage.
Yeah, there was a hostage, and above it was those weird markings above it, like sort of like clearly like shoddily drawn into it.
Is our hostage still like tied up and stuff?
Yeah, and at the distance you're at, because you obviously approached to look at the markings, it appears to be a Juragar. A male Juragar appears to be sort of like balding slightly. His face is heavily like bloodied and bruised. He is like he's gagged with like what looks to be like leather rags. He's wearing heavily damaged Zamahan armor, indicating that he is a soldier of that. And he's just kind of like looking at you all. His eyes clearly like this guy clearly has not been sleeping, from like how unfocused his eyes appear to be.
Are the Zamahir the ones that we were trying to find?
No, so the Zamahan Guard are the main military of the Karmora Republic.
Okay.
So the military branch is the main army, and they're supported by militia.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like the ones in tow. They're not part of like the Zamahan sort of law enforcement themselves, but they're kind of sort of like subcontract in a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
The militias could be considered like a security company that's working alongside the actual like military.
All right, then.
So the whole tow arc was a union dispute. Okay.
Have a look at it. If you're going to approach, I will approach with you. Like I kind of whisper to you.
All right, that's fair enough. So his mouth was gagged, legs and arms are bound. You said
His legs are unbound, but his arms are like tied up.
Okay. I'm just gonna set him free, I guess.
I'll rush over to him as well.
Yeah, I'll just drag everyone over here so you can actually see.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So actually, I got an idea. I can just... I'll just repeat.
Aki, can you do a medicine check to see if he's okay?
Yes,
Some kind of injuries he sustained.
Like, whoa, why is oh yeah, dark vision. That's why things look a bit weird. Okay. I forget the really cool dynamic system that changes to characters. Yes, yes, I'll make sure he's okay. And yeah, I will. Can I do? Yeah, I will run just by sort of looking at him up and down and sort of assessing his condition, like doing a quick medicine check of like his general state of health.
Okay, go ahead and make a medicine check then. And this is happening
Right,
while you're just sort of like cutting him down. The like the ropes and such that are around his wrists are very like they're heavy duty. Havlog, you notice these are ship riggings.
Oh, that's a good detail. Hold on.
Okay.
Or they're ropes typically used for ship riggings.
I'm just gonna look to Havelock. Do you need a hand?
Yeah. You want to support this guy here?
Alright. And Mev will go ahead and go up to him. I guess either you can... I don't know if we need like a skill check to undo these.
Considering that you're under no time pressure, it is a gradual thing. It's just, as I say, like these are some pretty thick ropes, so they take a little bit of hacking away. 22. Looking at him, it doesn't look like just at a glance, it doesn't look like he's like in need of immediate medical attention. Like he obviously needs some medical attention. He is like, you can see he's exhausted, he's bloodied, he's slightly, even for a Durgar, he's slightly pale, but like just from your assessment, it's not a case of, like, he needs help now or he's gonna die. Eventually, you sort of work together to cut down the ropes. He sort of like slides down a bit, just lands with a bit of a heavy thud. Just so like, just starts reaching up and sort of like starts picking at the gag that's on his mouth and such. But eventually, he himself is able to like take the gag off. It's like, ugh. So like looks at you all.
Yeah, I'll put like a reassuring hand out and say, don't worry, you're among friends. Whatever foul creatures stole you away and kept you here, they're either dead upon the floor or fled into some other deeper, darker cave. We're here to help you and see if we can bring you back to civilization. Do you think you'll be able to get out of here under your own power?
So like pauses before he stands up. I should be relatively fine. Just like it's just stretching his shoulders a bit. So it looks at you all. I assume you're not militia.
No, we are mercenaries is the better word.
Yes, freelance armed assistants paid for their work, I suppose.
Sell swords. Got it. Well, you have my thanks.
Who are you?
Most people call me Levy. I'm one of the Lance Corporals. So like looks over at the bodies. I guess at this point I'm just soldier without a team right now.
Wait, so does he look over at the fish people?
He sort of like looks towards the fish people and also like looks a little bit beyond.
What was your team here doing exactly?
He's still like trying to get the cramps out. We were asked to transport a barge up to I-2. Routine stuff normally. And we saw one of the workers get taken away. Me and my squad gave chase, but with only one torch between us, things went to shit real badly.
Well, it is up to you, but this place is not safe yet. You do need to get out of here if you're unarmed.
Indeed, I doubt you want to. I doubt the only sky you want to see again is this horrid, dank cave ceiling. Is it, my friend?
Caves don't have ceilings, buddy. Oh, they don't have skies even. Sorry, you confused me with my. I've been awake for like 4 days here, pal.
It's okay. He talks too much. It's very confusing.
So,
Indeed,
yes,
he does.
it's,
Says the one that also talks a lot.
it's something I do when I'm nervous and out of my element. Anyway, the stressful times, at least recently, are behind you now. It gets easier from now on. Let me ease your pain, and I will use my last balm of the summer court on him.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead, Mev. Sorry.
obviously, you... Well, at least I think this has something to do with the missing people. Do you know what happened to the rest, or what they were doing to you?
Well, we lost one in the fight against those things. The rest of us were tied up similar to how I was. And then their leader spent hours, days, just like telling us some bullshit. Stuff about stealing children and flesh for flesh. And
Definitely is cult-like.
I've had to deal with cultists in the past. This is very much like it, but they came for one of our lot first. Then things needed food, and well, she was chosen for it.
So your company were eaten alive by the things.
One was.
I'm sorry for your loss, soldier.
Yes.
The second
Indeed,
one,
no.
however, he sort of like looks back over at the mass of dead bodies, and just sort of like limps over to them, and sort of like stops at the more humanoid-looking one. Just like looks down at it, and just leans down and just spits on it. Coward begged to join them and turned him into this thing. He just gives it a kick on its side.
Oh,
And then they were gonna throw me to these creatures their next meal.
Wait, So your company, bar you and the one devoured, were transmogrified into these fish biped creatures. You saying?
No, this one. And points to the more humanoid-looking one.
Oh, right.
Our company was 4. He just sort of looks to Kingling. Our company was 4, including me. We lost one in the initial
So-
fight. One was eaten, and one turned into a coward.
I don't suppose you've seen them drag other people in here?
Not recently, but we haven't had any further reports about that. Considering that we were the last barges to go through, or scheduled to go through this area. So, he sort of like looks over, again, and you get the feeling, you know Duragov got dark vision. You get the feeling this guy's probably more adept at seeing in the dark than even those of you with dark vision.
Then am I wrong in assuming that this needs to be burned out from the core, or else it will just continue to feed and grow, build its numbers off of the bodies of the ones they sacrifice?
Oh. I think you have done a good enough job at that. Indicates to the massive bodies. The water at this point is like just pure red with all the blood as it sort of like drains away. On Havelock's thing. Well, we weren't expecting a cave chase, and it was very... We had only a little bit of time to react. So essentially it was only the torch used for the patrolman.
All right. So what do you recommend we do with what do you recommend we do with these things? Do we leave them here? Do we burn them, bury them? What do we do?
So like kicks the more humanoid one. I say leave them. There'll be a message to those left that come back.
Are you sure we shouldn't go and kill the rest?
I won't know where to start.
Now you said the one earlier rambling like a madman about flesh for flesh. Is he amongst the pile?
No. He's the one that got away.
Fast.
I obviously you can see me and
Yeah.
Hablock going up there. Is there any chance that we can look further down this passage, see where it might lead?
So are you like trying to perceive? Because you don't have dark vision, so...
No,
Yeah,
but we
but-
have my red light.
Yeah.
The path goes on a very light incline, but obviously you're limited by the range of your light.
Yeah.
Are we going ahead?
I don't think we should go alone. They did quite a number. Who knows if there's more?
Then we cause hell.
Mev looks at Havelock like, that's probably a bad idea. Maybe we should discuss with the group first.
Fine, but we should at least get that guard a bedroll or something.
He spent a few days here. What's an hour? Alright. I think we're gonna head back. Hi there, guys. Were you worried?
God damn.
As I said, I really do love this dynamic light feature.
Yeah, the dynamic light is so cool.
I need to find a way to make use of it without just being like, hey guys, we're going into another cave.
Yeah. 2 Kodos. Wow.
I didn't mean to do that. Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
He's multiplying.
Oh no, they are also an echo. No,
Huh.
there we go.
I'm seeing double.
Uh,
Oh, good, good.
Sorry, go ahead and continue. I just wanted to check real quick.
While Mev and Havelock are kind of checking out the area over there, I'll just let the guard know. This situation, it's something that seems almost too dangerous to leave. We are able to attempt to find any stragglers, figure out where they're gathering it or something. It seems to me even leaving just one of them could be immense trouble. One almost stole me in the night. Were it not for the others that stole me.
In
I mean, from what I saw, there were only 2 of them left. The leader and I don't know, another one of them fish things.
A leader.
Yeah, it's the one that can do the little magic trick where he looks like a regular person.
Have you seen him in? Have you seen him in the human form? Could you identify him by sight? Do you know?
If he can't change his appearance outside of whatever the hell he was normally in his human form, then sure. And keep in mind that those of you that were in range did see him transform into his more human-like form.
He was the one that basically froze all of us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was, yeah. He was the scary Screech boy.
It went re.
Okay.
Because we don't have his name in my notes, the leader is called the Meth Predator.
So what? As he kind of looks towards everyone else, what should we do with our captive, or the one we have saved? Should we escort him back? Because I don't know if it is safe to let him walk alone.
Well, I don't exactly think it's safe to walk alone,
No.
but if he didn't mind staying here for just a little bit, we could clear out everything.
Look,
Do you feel confident laying low?
I can handle myself in a fight if need be, and what's an hour or 2 in here longer if it means I get out of here?
Exactly.
And so,
Okay.
reaches down to one of the fish people and just, pries out the spear that's in its hand. Just weighs it a little bit and just he sounds a bit more full to attention. You can tell, this is a person that is, just holding it together.
Yeah.
But he's got enough of him to the point where he definitely seems like he won't be much of a liability.
I am gonna give him a ration and my water skin. Here. I thought that they really took care of you.
I will also, just in case, if he needs it, I will leave my shield with him, just in case. Thank you for being willing to cooperate with us. Koto kind of offers his hand out for a handshake. My name is Koto. It's nice to meet you.
So he looks at it, just there's a small smile as he just quickly stuffs the ration into his mouth, just casually wipes it and then just shakes your hand. He's just I'll introduce myself. He's just wolfing on the ration.
I look like that some mornings.
Yeah. Yes.
But I don't really have much of a choice on if I'm willing to or not.
Yeah. We really should move. I fear time is of the essence, and we really don't have time in the schedule for pleasantries at the moment, do we?
Aye. We should get to move on.
Right.
You stay safe, sir.
He's coming with, isn't he?
Oh, was he
No,
coming?
he's staying there.
Yeah, he's
He's fucked up.
unless he wants to get in the mix.
Yeah. Mev just like darts over to Havelock. Apparently, she jumps through the cave floor.
I think that's probably a setting I haven't turned on, but it's no harm, no foul kind of deal. Here's a question. Havelock, what's Daz doing, and Mevelair, what's Valkyr doing?
Considering that there isn't a fight right now, Valkyr would probably just be like, he'd be there, but he would be in my shadow. And right now, unless he wants to say something, like, he's just following me.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you kind of just watch as the shadow, like, it still very much looks like Mevelair's shadow, but it's, you know when you got, like, light coming from different places, and you got, like, a much, like, lighter shadow?
Mm-hmm.
You can see, like, as a lighter shadow, sort of, around Mev's, that is this much larger, like, Valkyr-looking shadow. It's difficult to tell unless you, like, really, like, focus on it.
Can I
Yeah.
make a perception check?
Sure, make a perception check.
While they were doing all that
Yeah.
talking and stuff, I was basically just going to tell Daz mentally to stay there and keep him company.
You just hear back.
Yeah.
Alright.
Be friendly.
Okay.
What is friendly?
And as you sort of
Yeah,
like all
I'm gonna
leave,
stop.
as you sort of like all leave, you sort of just hear, you sort of like hear somewhat like hush, but still sort of like echoing off the cave, just like, all right, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's play a little game.
It's like clear that Daz is trying to be quiet. He's just not doing the best job at it.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
What,
Okay.
what would like a demon imp's like small talk be?
So, possess anyone recently? Signed a deal with? Of course, any good deals?
Pretty much, yeah.
No? Alright. Your material plane folk are pretty fucking boring. Okay, so you guys are sort of heading up this pathway, the pathway that the leader went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I assume you're just going at pace. You're not being quiet about this or anything?
I mean, he already knows we're here.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
he must expect him coming for him, yeah.
So you go at pace. After only about 3 or 4 minutes, the cave opens up, and you hear the sound of running water. You sort of like do a double take. You're in the initial like cave where you had the 2 openings. You just came through the more shallow one.
Okay, hold on. Imagine from the area with the...
So is this like open?
It's open as in like
Like, would there be many directions for them to go?
so. As I said, you're back in the like the initial cave when you first like chase after the creatures. You had the little cave that was the cave entrance,
Right.
and then that came up to
Yeah.
bit where it's like one that went steeply downwards into that sort of like cave river, and then you had the other
Okay,
one
so
that you didn't go.
we went down first and then we went up.
Yeah. So you basically
Okay.
came out the way you didn't go through initially.
So
So we went the wrong
Okay.
way, basically.
either he's behind us or he went out the exit that we went in.
Yes, he's either gone down the steep way that you had originally gone to the river, or he's gone out into the actual mountains.
Okay, is there any chance that I can if we could like track him?
Make a survival check.
Should I do this?
If you
Well,
want
I
to.
asked, so.
17. Looking about, it's only been a handful of minutes since the battle had ended. You notice a pair of footsteps heading towards the exit to the mountains. And as you like follow it, you can see another set of footprints. These ones more like frogish style, and also wet. There's something's gone through the water coming from
Wet.
the seeper pathway outwards as well to the mountain.
Yeah, because he went the opposite direction.
Okay.
Okay. So. Okay, basically they're gone. It looks like they left the cave.
Right.
I don't know what the point would be of us, leaving Levy here and then going up there and then coming back, especially since how horrible this whole ramp thing was. Mav looks at Kodo.
So should we go back then and get
That was a hell of a way to pronounce the word ramp.
Ramp.
Okay, so do you think whatever manner of creature we're chasing would strike upon by itself in the middle of the night, or would you think it would wait to rally strength and strengthen numbers and recreate what it managed to do here?
I don't know how a fish thing thinks.
Considering it stopped all of us in our tracks. Would be possible.
All right, I say we fetch Levy and we head back to the camp we set up on top of the cliff. What he's been through, he deserves a decent night's sleep.
as do we.
Oh yes, of course.
Alright. Then I guess we're gonna head back and go get Levy.
Okay.
To
So-
the Chevy, to the Levy.
You head back to the main cave. You don't see Levy, but you do see Daz just sort of like sitting sitting in the water. And he's just, as you show up, says, "Hello."
Oh no, did Dawes eat him?
What does Daz look like? Does he still look like a bird?
No,
He
he's
looks
a-
like an imp, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think I don't think Havelock's changed him from his imp form.
Yep, he
Is
still
it?
looks like
Okay.
an imp.
Imp with a bow tie.
Because I'm trying to think. 'Cause did you turn him into an imp for the fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm imagining one thing. Hold on.
Mev looks to Havelock. She's gonna look to Dawes.
Hello.
Hello.
I yeah. While she's talking, I just I just sort of take a big sigh and reluctantly pull out my rapier and go, "Oh God, no one came back," and I'll pull out my scimitar and start walking towards it.
Hey, whoa.
Hey! Mev is going to step in front of him. Don't do that.
Care to explain your turn of coat here, Neville?
Turn of coat. Havelock turned the bird into whatever this thing is, so obviously this is a friend. He attacked the fish in the fight.
Come here, Dawes. You can be a spider. You can hang out on my shoulder. Come here.
Well, I was going to ask him where Levy went until someone decided to pull weapons.
Oh, he's
Yeah, Aki, what the fuck?
he's over there.
I-
He sort of like
I-
points back towards where he'd been tied up.
Thank you. You are so helpful. Very sweet. I'm very sorry.
You're welcome.
I
I resent that comment, and I don't care.
apologize, Dawes.
I don't care.
Okay, well, I didn't see you. I didn't see you turn out out of your avian form. In the hurly burly of battle, it slipped my attention.
I think you folks have got a saying where it's like you're digging the hole deeper.
Yep.
Yes, I've been told I am a one-man shovel many times in the past.
Can Marine just
Edward.
grab? Can Marine just grab him and drag Aki along?
It's kind of, and it's go like, mid conversation, he's going like, look, I swear on all the stars that I will make it up. I'll make this injustice up to you. I can move on my own power. Thank you. Yeah, as I get pulled away.
Later, Aki. And he sort of like just flies up to your shoulder, Havelock, and turns to a spider.
I'm sorry, he's an idiot. We'll deal with him later.
Oh,
Dawes
you
is a
do that
spider
too?
now. He can't talk.
Sorry, I'm a spider. I can't talk.
So you head back. You head back to where he was sort of like tied up, and as you sort of like approach, you see like a little bit of movement from behind. And you just see Levy sort of like poke his head out a bit, and as he notices it's you guys, he just moves out. At this point, you can see he's clutching what looks to be almost a helmet that's nearly been ripped in half.
Hmm.
So, no Dyson.
He's gone.
Yes.
Out of the cave.
Probably for the best.
Well, I'm not sure. Well,
Go ahead.
we should find this next victim, but yes.
We should definitely head out while we can, show you to a safer place, and we could figure out what we're going to do from there. Maybe.
Indeed. Tell you what, while we're back in the cave, do we do we notice the drawing on the wall and stuff like that?
Yeah, at this point, like it's much more apparent because
Okay.
you're not like at this point like you've been able to sort of like relax. You're going to get a much slower pace, and it's not like it's small. It's like quite.
I wouldn't. Yeah. I wouldn't say Akri's anything close to relaxed right now, but
Well, in comparison.
Yeah, true. And so I think it will sort of catch his attention and go, "What? Does anybody know what that's supposed to be?" And I point to the big mural.
A drawing made by a toddler?
Well, yes, but even toddlers have subject matter. They must. If this was some sort of ritualistic cult site, perhaps it's some sort of eldritch deity, or they're a god of horrid kidnapping fish things.
Maybe it's their mother.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Maybe she has like big chompers and she comes. This is what it looks like to me. The big, chompy mouth, and it comes out from the depth and it just snap. She claps her hands together.
Are you saying that there's bigger ones? Is that what you're saying?
Have you seen sea creatures? They are huge.
No, I haven't.
And all that space in the ocean, they take up a lot of it.
Like, there are crabs that are as long as Mev is, and twice as wide.
Can I?
Absolutely humongous.
Have you ever heard of a whale shark?
No.
While they're talking their usual bollocks, can I? Can I go up to the big wall painting scratching thing and sort of see if I can figure out what it's supposed to be showing?
Make an intelligence check.
Okay, that should be interesting. Because I'm actually not that good in intelligence. 3, 2, 1, roll. Hey!
No.
You spend a good, 5 minutes looking at it. And so, remembering back to, various things that you've learnt over the years. The closest you can think of is it's, some kind of Leviathan or Kraken or some combination of the two. You have no clue. You do not know anything about this creature. You're just there okay, it's something with big long jaws. It's like a snake thing, like a giant snake, but it's got tentacles coming out of its mouth. So it's either something in it, something that's part of it. You don't know. This is not only a terrible drawing, but it's also of something that is so alien to you that you can only sort of roughly guess.
No, complete.
It is almost demonic.
The all-consuming is what they called it.
Did they give it a name or?
Well, apparently they had a name, but for some reason I was unworthy to hear it be spoken. Can't imagine why.
So it's their god then?
Yeah.
And even its name confers power. Wow. Terrifying.
Well, there's
I look at it, I'm not sure it's a god that deserves reverence, but
there's a lot of things that have these awe-inspiring titles. Both cultist and regular ones. Sorry, I dropped my shield there. I don't know what the hell that was.
It's my shield.
Not anymore. Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yes, I think I want. Yes, let's leave. This is genuinely the last place I ever want to be back again.
Before the all-consuming gets us all. Mev making little, spider fingers towards Aki.
Kodo, kind of slightly punches Mev. Don't say his name has power. Don't say it.
Can I, through telepathy, encourage Dawes to make spider fingers with Mev?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a little bit harder for him because he needs to use those legs to stand, but he's
I'll
able to,
hold him up.
He's got
he's able to get his front two legs, his mandibles, to do the waving thing.
That's really cute. So what? So reacting to you two doing the full Scott Hall. Aki just looks back at you two and there's almost no emotion on his face. He just looks mentally just exhausted.
Done with our shit.
Okay. So you leave through which way you're going through? The lighter incline or the
Light.
Heavy. Mevalaire needs to get her workout in. She didn't come and join this morning or the other morning.
Fuck off. I'm wearing heavy armor. This is a fucking trek for me, thank you.
And you know what? It's self-imposed. You could have just gone out, titties out like I do, but no, you had to go put on armor. And now you will suffer for it.
Okay, so you, through whichever method you decide to, you leave the cave system and climb up back onto the main area. Your horse and cart is still there, undisturbed.
Woohoo!
How far away was the camp that we made the other night?
It was roughly about 10, 20 feet away.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah, it was literally just like on the edge of a cliff, and like on the edge of a cliff by the river, and then we literally just like climbed down the side of the cliff to the cove.
all right, then let's get camp ready then.
What time of the night is it now after the whole cave escapade?
So it is best case scenario, maybe like 1 a.m.
Okay.
Perfect. Everybody, we're gonna go for a light jog.
No.
Let's
No.
let's
No.
do the fork in the garbage as well. Um, I would rather welcome death, frankly.
That could happen on the way.
I
I
think
need-
we are all tired.
I need to make small repairs to myself.
Let's take a little bit of downtime and talk about what we need to do then. Let's figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
If you don't mind, I would rather take that time just to catch up on what I've been missing.
Alright, you can take my tent. Go.
Appreciate it, sir. So,
Yeah, that's fucking right. You call me sir.
We have 10.
so he
God.
goes into the tent. It's not long before you hear snoring coming from the tent. Like a very a
Oh.
light
Yeah.
snoring, but like
Oh.
he's at like a light.
Unsurprising.
All right. So there is a killer fish cultist leader on the loose.
Mm-hmm.
The longer we take, possibly the worse the situation gets. How are we going to find him?
Well,
Mm,
if he's the vengeance type, perhaps he'll find us.
that is true. How far are we from our actual destination?
You're kind of at the destination. You were only
Yeah,
off
we
by,
kind
of-
you
we kind
were
of
only off
found
by
we-
a few hours because
Yeah.
Okay.
you were sort of delayed by the the fight within the tunnel.
Okay.
But you were only maybe 1-2 hours off where you would
Okay.
have gone without the fight.
Mm,
Okay.
When, considering how big these mountains are, honestly, they could go anywhere. And there are a bunch of hiding spaces that we have no idea about. Maybe we should go and survey what we actually came here to do. And then on the way back, something happens. But otherwise, we should tell them, what's going on.
Well, it seems we found our destination. Well, wasn't our whole mission in these mountains to find what was causing the disappearances, and
The disturbance.
it seemed this demonic all-consuming fish cult was the perpetrators.
Well, yes, but shouldn't we still go there and see if there's any more information that we can gather? What if the fish people go there instead?
Sure.
Go where? What are you talking about?
To the destination that we were supposed to go to in the first place, the
Let
point B.
me find the map.
Yeah, I forget specifically what it's called,
Okay,
but
so
it's
where
only
are we
like an
now?
hour away.
Oh, fuck.
The iron mines.
Oh, you're mine.
That's basically where people were going missing, and so Mev thinks that they may return there because it's like their feeding ground.
The scene of the crime.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm trying to think. Where are we on the map at the moment? Are we by I1 up here?
Yeah, you're between I1 and the other one.
Between T1 and I1.
They're both I. They're both I1.
Oh, I1 and I2. Okay, basically where the X is.
Yeah, they're roughly around about like an hour or two away from where the X is.
Okay. I honestly, it is only not. Oh, yeah, I agree, but I can't speak for all of us. But if it has another coven and at a equivalent or greater strength than what we've just endured, I am in no fit or able. I am neither fit nor able to fend them off at the current time. I would rather we gathered our strength to its fullest capacity, and then made our way there tomorrow.
Mm,
Well, later on today, perhaps.
that's probably a good idea.
Because I know many of our number are worse for wear, and they will be at full strength. We need advantages up here. And at the moment, they are few and far between.
Then we rest then. If that's okay with everyone else. Because at the same time, it is a risk. It is out there. Anything could happen. But our rest is important.
Indeed. So, we'll be setting up a watch just on the safe side, will we? I'm guessing Marine doesn't need sleep, so he'll be joining him.
Well, wasn't there someone else in the middle of their watch? Wasn't it you?
You just sort of see just him like he almost like him. His heart sings, go like, yes. But by all means, this happened on my watch. It is only, I suppose, it is only correct that I see it to its finish.
It's fine. I'll take over. Havelock, you've been especially lazy, and since you want the exercise, you can take the early morning.
Fine. I will take the early morning. What do you mean lazy? Is it lazy to let the others take first watches?
You
This
haven't
just means
taken
I have to take the
any
first watch next time.
watches. We've had 2 watches. Havelock has not taken either of them.
That is very true. Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
record,
Listen, Havelock understands they are a stupid fucking human that cannot see in the dark. They understand their limits.
because your long rest was interrupted, you will need to do like another watch shift in order to like have everyone benefit from a long
I think
rest.
that's kind of what we're transitioning to.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is what we're working out.
Alright, so Mev will go ahead and take that over with Marine, which, alright, you all go take repairs. Kidling wants a watch. Then
Yep.
Kinlan can go with Havelock, you know? Marine needs the rest too. Technically not, but...
Marie needs time for repairs.
Yeah. Then Mev's gonna go ahead and settle down, actually by Marine, and be like, okay, show me.
Alright. Alright. First thing first, and it is this, the most important thing. This small powder, add water to it, and it will first become very wet, but then it will harden, almost like stone.
Like clay. It's clay.
Quicklime, actually.
So, I'm guessing, since he's technically teaching me Tinker's tools, that would be charisma from him, intelligence from me.
Let me just quickly pull up because I've made it so much more simpler compared to last time. So let me just grab the details on that one. Because technically all that will do is help in speeding up like how long it is. So, but yeah, essentially intelligence, you roll intelligence, Marine rolls charisma.
Alright.
Where did I put it? I will find it so I can keep track of it, because I made a goddamn whole new data system.
That was right.
Like this.
Woo, 17.
Oh, just for fuck's sake.
Oh no,
Come on, you're-
Marine.
Listen, this is something he's new with.
Okay, so just trying to do math here. Okay, all right. I'll say the particular details of how long it will be later on.
Alright.
Mhm.
I'll say that I did 1 session. Do.
Okay, and I guess the two of you
There we
also
go.
need to make perception checks since you're on watch.
Yep.
Mhm. I think something
Marine.
internally. I think someone did some internal damage.
Yeah, some servos have been damaged. What was I gonna do? Right. Now that I'm asleep, I can swap out some spells.
Okay, there we go.
Cool.
Just while you were doing that, I was doing the math. So for the record, with the whole training thing, that is going to be like the baseline, but
Mm-hmm.
you can always try to do a another check, though it won't be to like speed up, but it won't be as effective.
Okay.
Essentially, to explain it really simple, the total that you get is divided by how long I think it is to train it, and that's how many days
Uh-huh.
you shorten it by.
Okay.
So going by this, for example, say it takes 10 weeks to learn Tinker's tools. Rather than it be 70 days, it's 50 days now.
Okay.
Yay.
Hey,
Let's see, it's a lot of math on my side, but it makes it so much easier.
Alright.
But you don't have to work because I'm keeping track of all that. So. So my doggy up then. As you're both spending a lot more time focusing on like the repair work than anything, so you're only sort of like occasionally looking around. But you seem to be safe. Nothing appears to happen. Nothing attempts to grab any of you during the remainder of the night.
Woohoo.
Yay.
Yay!
Then, as dawn breaks, I will go ahead and get Havelock. I'm guessing that Havelock is dead asleep, and yes, I am going to kick him again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just do a strength to see how powerful that is. Oh yeah, straight in the fucking stomach.
Yeah, it's a pretty hefty kick. Not enough to cause damage, but pretty hefty kick.
Speaking of that, for those of us that did get sleep, we would have regained our health, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Technically, practically everyone but like Mev and the Levy guy are now technically full.
Everyone. Yeah, I would say everyone outside of Mev and Levy, technically.
Yeah. Alright. Come on, move. I want to sleep.
Do you two share a sleeping bag?
They shared a tent
What?
on
What?
occasion.
Wait. So is it you? Is it you and Levy sharing a tent?
No.
Excuse you, Havelock did not share a tent with that man. He let the man have the tent. Havelock's been sleeping in the grass.
Okay. Fair.
Mev has a tent.
Wait. So how many tents do we have?
Many.
Yes.
No,
I thought you
Mev
had
has a
3
tent.
per person.
I
I thought
figured
we
that
only-
Havelock would be sharing.
I thought we only had the one tent.
We have 2.
oh,
Okay. Yeah, I've been sleeping under the stars this whole time.
That's because
Well,
they're the owners of the tent.
Nonetheless, I'm kicking Havelock the fuck out so that I can go to sleep because I'm very tired.
That is fair, yeah.
I told you Havelock was sleeping in the grass.
9 rats.
Grass.
Okay, well, great. I beat his ass in the grass, and then I go to my tent.
His ass is grass. In the grass. As he's sleeping in the grass. Grass.
Grass.
His ass is grass and nobody mowed it. How sad. Anyways, I'm going to watch where the fuck is kindling. I'm gonna step on that boy's tail.
Oh, that's not very
Goodness.
nice.
What did he do to you?
I got rudely awakened. Everybody in this watch gets rudely awakened.
Wait, so have you actually woken everyone up already?
No, you guys get to sleep. Kindling and Havelock are taking this watch.
Oh, okay, I was wondering.
Can I wake up and then swipe at Havelock?
Sure.
PvP.
Can I count this as an attack?
Sure.
Alright then.
Tom has never sounded so
It doesn't
unsure in
matter
this
because a
moment.
10 is a miss.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back here as well since something interesting is happening. Alright, so you just sort of like swats at Havelock, but he moves out of the way.
I was able to take some of those fish bodies with us, right?
Do you want to?
Yes.
You're not. They're like nearly as tall as you on some occasions, so like these are not small bodies.
Some of them are 6'4"?
They're like 5'8", 5'6" to 5'9".
Alright, I just want to grab like the shortest one.
Okay, you grabbed one of the 5'6" ones and dragged it over, I guess.
Alright, kindling,
Yeah.
start a fire. We got new Crispies to fry.
So I'm starting on fire.
And I'm gonna start the watch.
Okay. I guess the two of you can make your perception checks. Okay. Like with Mev and Havelock, you're both distracted by your various little projects. So you don't get a good watch on things. But you got some fried fish people.
Yeah.
Well, at least breakfast will be ready for everyone when they wake up, right?
Exactly. Besides, they ate one of Levia's, so it's only fair.
I didn't roll to check how strong my character's gag reflex was.
Isn't that just
We'll find
Constitution?
That is actually that probably will be Constitution.
That
yes,
would be
you're right.
Constitution, yes, but we're not at that point yet, so it's fine. Okay. So, eventually, you just says he's got reflex in his sleep. So eventually, your rest takes you beyond the morning, or the early morning, I should say, and closer to mid-morning, late morning, so around 10 o'clock, roughly. Eventually, you all gradually wake. Levy comes out of the tent as well. He still looks tired, but a lot more composed than he did the previous night.
Okay.
Morning. We got breakfast.
Can I see what this quote-unquote breakfast is?
It looks like lumps of. Unfortunately, there's no cooking skill. I would say whoever did the main cooking, make an intelligence check. As you,
Which of us wants to make that intelligence check?
as you're trying to figure, as it's trying to see, like, how do you cook fishman flesh?
If we're both trying, can one of us have advantage?
Sure.
Kindling, you want to take this?
Wow, you two.
Listen, at least he has a positive modifier in intelligence.
So it
Yeah, I
appears to
figured
be,
that.
A mixture of charred, sort of like, almost like a charred flesh. It's almost like it's just been like roughly hacked off something and put on like, hot stones to fry it and such. It looks cooked at the very least.
What is this?
It's fish.
Can I garner what he means by that?
Make an insight check with advantage, because as a person on the waves, you know what fish looks like. You've eaten fish before. I don't think it would have mattered. Have luck, you can make a deception check.
Not wrong.
Yeah, technically it's still not wrong.
Havelock's not wrong, but you can definitely tell it's not the fish you're accustomed to. You've seen cooked fish.
Yeah, Mev will take one. Hold on. And she's going to go to Aki. What's Aki doing?
He's still asleep, but you can sort of see he's sort of like wriggling and muttering to himself in his sleep.
Aki, hello. I have brought breakfast. Oh,
it's you.
Mev just stares at you like wide-eyed, like she looks scared.
I'm sorry. Oh God! I'm sorry. Did I start with you?
What is wrong with you?
I was somewhere else. Somewhere I didn't want to be. But I'm here now, and it's better than there. Well, hold on. Can I? What's that smell?
I brought you breakfast.
I sort of like roll over and sit up and sit up cross-legged on my bag, and on my roll mat, and I just sort of look down at it. What does it look like, this plate of food?
He said that it kind of looked like charred fish.
It looked like a mixture between like charred fish and charred chicken almost.
Kindling made it, so I can't really account for how it was cooked, but
I'm not
Wait a
worried
second.
about I'm not worried about the method. It's more the ingredients. I've never seen something like this.
It's fish and frog. I'm pretty sure.
It's early in the morning. I mean, I've just woken up. Do you think, with his wisdom, he'd be able to put two and two together of what this is? With the wisdom, an actual wisdom, with the wisdom of,
Not,
he'd be able to put the dots together.
not really, because it's it's. Well, here's a question: Havelock, how discreet were you carrying the corpse up? Keep in mind, you're trying to carry a. Keep in mind, you were trying to carry a 5'6" corpse. So how you did it, you'll have to explain.
Yeah, you carried basically a human body with us in the night.
Listen, Havelock did what Havelock do. They just kind of threw it over their shoulder and walked last in the group, letting everybody else go first. Discreetly talking to Dawes the entire way.
Fair enough. Okay, you sneaky bugger. In that case, I'll sort of. He'll sort of take a sniff at it and go. We are by a lake, but it's some sort of Karmora creature, fish I've not encountered before. And he'll just like break like a single little piece off at the edge of it and eat it.
Havelock, I have a question.
Yeah, Kodo, what's up?
Kodo's looking very concerned, kind of thinking about this with looking at the food right now. Yes, they were fish people, right? Yes, that is fine. I actually had a shaman back in my village who believed in the belief of you eat to grow strong. These people were people of faith, probably power, whatever. Right? But didn't the soldier tell us that they can turn people into the fish people?
No, I said they turned him into those weird, big joint out teeth and such. Kind of like how the leader looked before, turning back into a human-like thing. Was the,
Okay.
The big guy that I think you were duking it out with, or maybe it was the Warforged that was duking it out with him for most of that.
Okay.
Aki, the food tastes awful. It tastes kind of like dishwater almost.
Okay, that kind of that sort of just muddy, gross.
Yeah.
Earthiness.
Yeah, you get a few traces of heavy salt, brine almost. But it's mostly a sort of dishwater taste.
Tastes like home cooking to Havelock.
Yeah, and he'll sort of go he'll take some sort he'll sort of go and sort of take a few bites and then sort of just about swallow it and go, I'm not sure it's for my tastes, honestly. I appreciate the gesture, but I think I'll find my own breakfast if that's alright.
Well, it's not like I'm offended. I'm not the one who made it.
Well,
Also, I kind of gave it to you to test, so.
you see, you see Aki sort of just sigh and a little bit of a smile forms. And just go well, did you learn anything from your test?
Apparently it tastes very bad and you use really fancy words to try and not offend anyone, but you just sound pretentious. But I knew that.
So you just reaffirmed your previous conclusions. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, but I mean, it's not like it's a bad thing. It means that I trust your palate.
Well, I suppose that's a compliment of a kind. Thank you. And also, if you don't mind me, I can get ready for the day, and he'll stand up and start getting some food out of his bag and tying his scimitar around his waist and like sorting out his bag and stuff like that. Also, I think while he's doing it, because his main theory is like he must be in some weird fish she fished up. Is my fishing rod still with me?
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I see my fishing rod. And, let's go. Like, oh God, no.
Mav is gonna turn and leave him.
Yeah, he's quietly sort of looking around for a quiet place to go be sick at the moment.
It's a realization.
That's where you leave posh boyaki in the morning.
Poor dear.
What about everyone
And I
else?
bless him. For just 2 silver a week, you too.
What's everyone else doing then?
I am eating. I've committed.
Okay. So, despite how terrible it tastes, you power through it.
You can eat a raw potato, you can eat this. It's not that much different.
I don't recommend eating a raw potato.
Have you ever eaten a raw potato?
Why do you think I wouldn't recommend it?
Well, you told us you can't eat, that's why I was asking.
Just because you
No,
can
I mean-
doesn't mean you should.
My brother eats raw potato.
For fun, or do you make him?
Yes.
No, he actively asks me whenever I'm cutting up potatoes for food. Ooh, can I have one? And I'm like, it's raw, and he's like, I don't care.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Interesting.
Have you offered him like a cooked potato or like one with cheese on it?
I mean, he likes all potatoes, but he will eat raw potato.
Must be the Irish in him.
Right.
Anyway.
Potato.
Yeah. So who else is eating the rest the fish person, and who is opting instead for their rations, and who is a robot,
Ration.
and not including the robot that doesn't need to eat.
Fish person, let's go.
Okay, tastes awful. How about everyone else? Koto, Mev.
I said I'm eating my ration, thank you.
That's so hurtful, what the fuck? I cook you food for breakfast with kindling, and you're going to just eat rations?
I guess Havelock should do better if he wants Mev to eat his cooking.
Ugh,
Levy.
fucking watch your work, you're gonna eat it one day and you're gonna like it.
Yeah, Levy so like bites into the fish person, just like shoots her, like shifts away a little bit, so like heads towards you, Mev, just like spits it out on the way and say like, you don't mind if I have one of your rations, yeah?
Oh, no, go ahead. And she's gonna take out another ration for him.
Yeah, he takes it and
Good.
eats it. This time a lot more respectable than when you first met him.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I sure as hell ain't eating it.
Oh, it's the fish people.
You're serious?
Yes, I realized it when Havelock was talking.
So like looks at the piece that he's got and just like tosses it into the river.
does Levy look now?
Still looks exhausted. Still looks a bit bloodied. But he's holding himself a lot better than he was the night before. You assume, just to say it in a way off, like, out of game to make it make more sense, it looks like he's still got a few points of exhaustion.
Yeah. You know, we're just going to head to the mine. If you want to sleep in the cart or something.
I'll stay in the car, but I'll keep an eye out.
Are you sure? You look really tired.
I've gone through this mountain several times without sleep. I'm quite familiar with it, so I'll be fine.
Alright. Just make sure to take care of yourself.
I will. If trouble arises, I will not lead the charge. How about that?
Mev nods. I can agree to that. The rest of the group is kind of nearby, right?
I would assume so.
So, do we have a particular plan in mind, or just go there, see what's going on, and then hopefully no more men eating fish?
Yes, I believe that should work. We're here to find the things that's causing disappearances, and well, if it is purely the fish people, we should, if any of them will be anywhere else, it would be add the X on the map. So we can proceed there and proceed from then on.
Right. Does anyone else have any more opinions on the situation?
Yeah. It's frustrating because we have gone into their little hole. We have explored and we have fought. And one thing is made very apparent. We are not very well equipped to deal with their habitats. They're dark, easy to get lost in, easy to fall in. So we definitely have to try and be a bit more careful, I think.
Well, perhaps if we wanted to be extra prepared, and we could always return to the miners' camp. I'm sure we could borrow some of their equipment for deep cave diving.
It's a little risky. Again, that might leave them too much time. I don't know. Do you guys have any ideas to make this a bit easier? Especially for us who cannot see in the dark.
Does anyone have extra torches?
I have torches, but I don't know how much that will help us.
I think I may have some. Hold on.
Strap a torch to me. That should help.
Won't that burn you? And that could just go out.
A little bit, yes.
All right. Actually, yes, I will. Probably best we do that if we reach a cave. There's no point doing it now.
Mm-hmm.
The mines are usually well lit, as is.
Well, what about long abandoned ones?
Well, the long abandoned ones are long abandoned. They might still have the torches in there, but they obviously won't be lit. There's no abandoned mines here anyway.
They're all used.
The ones that we currently know of, yes.
All right.
Well, then I suppose there shouldn't be much worry. If there are torches there, even if they aren't lit, I have a tinderbox.
Well, if we're heading to I-2, then that's an active mine. That's where I was heading before all this.
Right. And our location is right between here and I2, so I believe.
Then I suppose we should just head out as soon as possible.
Indeed. Have we breakfasted all? Are we ready for the road?
Mev is going to stuff her last bit of food in her mouth. Hold on. Alright. Mev's gonna just swing herself up standing, and quickly go and grab her things.
And so when you head to I2, where do you intend to go afterwards? That sort of winds up at a dead end unless you've got a barge.
How wide is the river there?
It's where the river widens out. You can't get further south, at least on this area, than I2. It just becomes all river.
We should go back to the camp that we saw before. Bring you back to civilization and tell people what's going on.
So Alpha Camp, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I should be able to help with that one. I know a few shortcuts here and there.
Right. While you guys prepare, I need to visit the river really quick. I'll be right back.
Go, Kodo, go.
What's your boy doing?
Yeah, what's Koto doing?
Kodo simply is just going to go up to the river, get down on his knees.
Going to the river to pray.
Place the ends of his fingertips just in the water. Just kind of thinks about everything that's happened. And he's going to spend just a few moments praying and hoping that his next foray won't be his last. To the god of Cold Claw.
Okay. The wind sort of that blows through. You do feel a noticeable drop, but it's not like a feeling of dread that you get from it.
Mm.
It's almost like a reassurance. It feels like.
And as he's about to pull away, the visions of the all-consuming kind of flicker in his mind. Just another god. Chaos. He remembers the bodies of those that fell in the battle. He's just kind of walks back up to the ground.
Alright. So, because you have, albeit still a very tired Levy, in your cart, your progress is going at double speed. As he is very experienced traversing the mountains.
Fair enough.
I do still need someone to roll a d6 for me, though.
Can I do it?
Go ahead.
3.
Okay.
Oh no. It's the magic number.
So you travel for the next couple of hours. You go past the actual area where you're intending to get to, between I1 and I2.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep heading on for about the next 3 or so hours. And the path starts to go a little bit away from the river and upwards. You follow it for a couple more minutes before you eventually come to this camp that's just outside of a large cave system. You can see a few people are sort of either moving things around. You see a few that are heading down a different pathway to the side. This appears to be the mine in question. As you see, various people are either in states of rest or are currently working on traversing their cargo through to different areas.
We will need to find someone for questioning them, right?
Indeed. And, well, the foreman or the boss here to let them know that we managed to get Levy here safe and sound.
I mean, I was meant to be the one in charge of this, but I guess that means that Corporal Lisa, she's probably our best bet.
Corporal Lisa, does that sound familiar? Is that anyone that we've been told about previously? No?
Okay, yeah.
Was it the person that was crushed by a rock? That body was probably too old, but
No, but as far as you can tell, that body's been there for a while.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so let's go, Alright, well, we should see if we can ask around and see if we can find her.
Should be easy enough. She tends to be a bit of an active one, she is.
Fair enough. Should be nice and easy then. Yeah, nice. Are we just on the outside of the mine?
Yeah.
Okay. So, wait, so is all the activity happening in it, or is there like a little bit
There's,
in front
there's a
of
little bit in front
where
of
they-
it. Like, you can see there's like some rail systems where like mine carts are being like pulled up and then they're put onto, wheeled carts. And you see that some of them are being like wheeled down a pathway, like after they've been what looks to be like processed and everything.
Okay. Alright. So I think I'll go up to that entrance area. I guess with the group, people following me,
Aye. I'll follow.
and I'll just go up to one of the miners and just say, oh, hello. Sorry to impugn, but do you know if there's a Corporal Lisa here?
Oh, the boss, yeah, she's currently over there, and so like points over to a sort of makeshift like wooden hut.
Oh my God, Zaki, you can't just go asking kids questions. What do you mean?
You're going to a miner.
Oh, for goodness sake! Yeah, okay, yeah, I get that. Hilarious. And yeah, yeah, and I guess I'm just like, thank you very much, and I'll go over to where he indicated.
Yeah, so it's a small like again makeshift hut. Clearly, they've just like cut some trees down, fashioned them best they could, and put it together.
Yeah, and I think just on the is there even a door to the,
Yeah,
to
there's
the
a door.
place? Okay, I'll rap on the door with my knuckles.
There's a minute or two before the door opens. Standing in front before you is a female human. Her head's completely shaved bald and such. Lightly tanned skin, and so like darkish green eyes. And she just like pokes her head out the door and just like looks down and says, "Yes."
Sorry for the delay, but we've managed to make sure that Corporal Levy made it to the mine.
Excuse me, Lance. Corporal Levy is here.
Indeed.
So like opens the door and she's also in full Zamahan armor. It's like, where is he?
He's just over. Is he walking with us, or is he by
He's on
himself
the
somewhere?
cart.
He's had a very stressful time of it, but he's still resting in the back of our cart.
As she sort of walks off at pace, to the car, but you, with your passive perception, you sort of hear her mutter under her breath, "What's that lazy bastard done now?"
Oh no.
Tom, as she gets close to the cart, I'm sitting there exceptionally invested in telling him all about the Kraken and how great they are.
Mhm.
Wait, do you mean the Kraken they worship, or just as a species?
You don't know, you're not there.
Levy is very uncomfortable with this conversation, given he's just been held by fish cultists.
No, you see?
I see, but I also don't. You have a weird habit of timing, you know that.
What are you talking about? This is perfect timing.
Really, it's perfect timing to talk to somebody who has had a traumatic experience with people who worship a sort of weird fish god thing to talk about a kraken.
Yeah, it's called exposure therapy.
That's not what I need. And as this conversations go through, like, and you see the, as I just described, Liza, stick her head out and just look at you both. Lance Corporal Levy. Corporal Liza. Do you want to explain why you've been AWOL? You were meant to have relieved me of my position 4 days ago. Can we discuss this a bit more privately? Preferably with these lot. Why, what do they have anything to do with this? It's a bit of a story.
We saved his ass. Havelock, by the way. Pleasure to meet you, ma'am. And I offer my hand.
You too, with the rest of your friends in the building. And just walks off back towards the small hut. As she passes you all, she just like indicates to us, you're like, you all in here now. You have explaining to do.
Okay. I was going to follow her.
Okay. So,
Just out of curiosity, how do you spell Liza?
similar to how you spell Lisa, but a Z instead of an S.
Okay, cool. Just checking. I was wondering how many Zs. Okay.
Oh my god, you fucking Brits.
What do you mean?
I don't think that's even a
Zeds.
British. Oh right, okay.
No, Brits do say Zs. Yeah.
Even though we,
The famous
even
hip-hopper.
though we still
The
call it a
famous hip-hopper.
zebra, not a zebra. Well,
Yep.
actually, no. Sometimes we
Yeah.
call it a zebra too.
Yeah. One of my favorite rappers is JZ. Yeah.
Right, so, you all make your way into the hut. And that's where we're going to take a break at this point, I think. It's our normal
Ooh.
time. Oh. You are all brought within the small hut. Rather cramped. It's not a very big hut, and there's a lot of you. It appears to be just sort of like, almost like a meeting room of sorts. There's a table in the middle, some documents here and there, which Liza just quickly like gathers up and just puts into like a satchel nearby. As she turns around and looks at you, it's like, right, so saving this one's life.
Indeed, yes. I'm sure, being on the front lines of it, you must have been concerned about the increasing disappearances in the mountain.
Of course, there are people, so of course we'd be worried.
Well, yes, but we believe we found the source.
Did you now?
Indeed, after one of our number was attempted to be snatched away in the night by some sort of fish human monster, we followed them down to a cave by the river, and following them through there came to some kind of ritual cave temple. There were all manner of fish, strange-looking fish creatures, and
They look
Hard.
like Kuatoa.
yes, them horrid things. And tied up in the corner was dear Corporal Levy.
Lance Corporal
he-
Levy.
Sorry, our dear Lance Corporal Levy. He said apparently he came with 4 people. One was killed by them, one was eaten by them, and another was turned into one, leaving him by himself. And it was a damn good bit of fortune that we found him in time, and we brought him to you. So you have no real reason of a fault of his character to be angry at his tardiness. He had all the reasons in the world to be 4 days late, I'm afraid.
I see. So these Kuatoas, you dealt with them, yes?
Yes. Well, we dealt with most of them, but their leader got away.
We are not finished up there.
Yes, I believe they're who Levy described as their leader, and then another common fish folk fled into the night, and we haven't seen hide nor scale of them yet.
Mm-hmm.
What did this leader look like?
In the heat of battle, I didn't get a good look at him. I think Levy saw him and the rest.
Yeah, but I think Havelock and I also got a pretty good look at him. I mean, we were like face
You
to
were the
face.
closest to him, yeah.
I don't know. Can you throw up his picture again? He was like some demonic batfish thing.
So I can throw up what he looked like in his creature form.
Yeah.
There we go. So his human form, you remember, the sort of weird sort of tentacle things on his head and such, so converged into a greasy sort of black shoulder-length hair. He was incredibly pale with sunken in brown eyes. He was rather lithe and thin.
Mm-hmm.
Fairly tall as well, maybe about 5'10".
Okay. When the leader actually had, 2 forms, one was more human-ish, and kind of like half human, half fish, kind of like a Simic. He had a really sunken-in face, and brown eyes, and his hair was black tentacles. And then the actual thing of him, I don't really know how to describe. It kind of looked like a gargoyle bat thing mixed with a fish.
Right. Levy speaks up. It's she speaks the truth on that one. Pierced, he called himself. Did he now? And where did this
What?
Pierce?
She sounds so suspicious. Is she suspicious of us?
She is a bit suspicious of Levy right now.
Okay.
Can I? I'm guessing can we quite easily read that suspicion?
Oh yeah.
I'll just go. Excuse me. Lance Corporal. Lisa. If you don't believe us and Levy, and if you're able to step away from the mine, and travel over the course of an hour or so, we could show you where we could show you where this tale took place.
It's less of a case of I don't believe you, and I'm just curious how Levy knows this leader's name. That's all. Oh, he didn't tell me his proper name, he just said that's the name that he's going with. So I weren't worthy for to be called it. Said if I joined him I would, but you know, when Jonas decided to join him, they spoke in some language I couldn't understand. Is that why you're by yourself, Jonas gone, Nathan killed, and Jean, you know, the new girl, sort of like tosses a shattered helmet onto the table. Food. You see the sort of like stoic expression sort of soften a little bit. I see. So like picks up the helmet and looks it over. You lot, do you happen to know the rough location of where that cave is?
Oh, yes.
I believe so, yes.
Good. The garrison at Maginn would want to know that. If you're intending to head back there, of course. If not, I can simply send a messenger over there.
We were planning to go back, yes.
Alright, take Levy with you as well.
I thought he was here to relieve you of your post.
There was also meant to be 3 other people coming by, but given this situation and given what Levy's gone through, I don't suppose spending a few more days looking after this place will cause me much harm. I'm sure my husband wouldn't mind.
Right.
She sounds so aggressive.
She does. She's a scary lady. Yeah, it's just like, why is this guy late? We fought with these first monsters and we nearly died. It's like, well, that's your opinion. That's not an excuse, is it?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? You're a scary lady. Okay, so this goes. All right. We'll start heading back down the mountainside. Now, is there any other business or loose ends that need tying in these parts for you and your jurisdiction that you could do assistance with?
So you say there were a bunch. So so I'm right on this one. There were a bunch of these fish creatures that were capturing miners for what exactly? That's one part that I'd like to know.
Levy had days, however long with them in the deep dark caverns, so he'd be the best to ask on that.
She like looks to Levy. Cultists, from the looks of things. Working some thing they call the All-Consuming. And let me guess, not worthy to hear its name? Aye.
When Levy, you said something that kind of sticks out to me. He mentioned that they said something about flesh for flesh.
Yes, I remember that.
Maybe they're taking people because you did something?
The only thing that we would do involving fish is fishing.
Maybe you took their babies.
They did say something about us stealing their children, and then they mentioned the flesh for flesh thing. So you're saying every single fish that's in this river that we catch is their children? That seems a bit ridiculous, don't you think?
Well, yeah, it's ridiculous, but, maybe someone stumbled upon one of their children by coincidence. I don't
And
think
also-
every fish is their children, but
And also,
be
just
honest.
not to be impudent, but is it more or less ridiculous than a mountain-dwelling clan of murderous fish cultists?
There shouldn't be any fish cultists in here. We're too far away from the sea. We have heard reports of various aquatic creatures moving inland long before their spawning season.
Miss,
Yes?
I'm commonly on the sea, and, well, you kind of do have a river that goes through here that connects to the sea that is literally days away. If they were to come in here and then, no one knew about it because it was so quick, it's very likely, and I doubt that really anyone with an untrained eye could tell the difference between their children and a normal fish. Or a weird frog.
Or perhaps miners have a taste for caviar.
If it was a taste for caviar, then they'd be more active around Enbar.
I'm just saying that you act like it's a ridiculous thing, but actually it's fairly plausible.
Which was my sentiment as well.
Well, then I apologize for my ignorance.
She's such a cunt.
Yeah.
Mev's like, I'm an expert on these things. Oh, well, I'm sorry, expert.
Also, guys, congratulations! We've met the campaign's first Karen.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm eating.
It's fine.
Just let me. Oh, it's okay. Sometimes you just have to explain, and then everything's fine. I'm sure that you know lots of things that I wouldn't understand at all.
Possibly.
I'm just trying to be nice about it. But we will go back to the camp and make sure that Levy is okay, and we will go back to Megan and explain everything that is going on. Would you mind writing them a note that you approved this information?
Of course, I would also advise you bring Levy to McGinn. I'm certain that they would be happy to know that he's back.
Yes, right.
And
I had another question.
yes,
Did you know anything more about this all-consuming, whatever this deity they are worshipping?
if I'm quite honest with you, sir, I am merely a corporal of the Zamahan military. I'm not the most well-informed person here. You'd be best off going to, I don't know, the Office of Naval Trade or those wackos at the Ionian Accord.
Do I know what these things are?
You know of the Office of Naval Trade.
Okay.
The Office of Naval Trade is the, as the name would suggest, it's the branch of the Zamahan Republic that deals mostly in regards to like naval trade between other nations and within, that basically anything involving the surrounding seas.
Then would I have been there before?
You wouldn't have been within the Office of Naval Trade, but you know where it will be located. It's
okay.
It's located in Embar.
I know where that is.
Would I'm guessing because of my because again my family's trading business. I would know about this authority, but not necessarily where it is.
You remember your father talking about like some of the regulations enforced by them, but you don't know too much about it.
All right.
And Mev, from what you would know, they're kind of like the standards agency kind of deal.
Yeah.
But you do know that they are mentioned a lot more. Like, you know that they have their own fleet that typically deals with that, the third fleet.
If that is the case, would I know of any backwater dealings?
You know that the Republic's not like, squeaky clean.
Yeah.
You haven't helmed any of those backdoor dealings. Your crew tends not to deal with that a whole lot, barring like maybe the odd look away when your ship is like passing through or dealing with a few things. You do know that there's almost certainly going to be backwater dealings. You've heard of a few like deals between some of the higher ups, within the Samaha Republic themselves, and like various pirate crews, but you yourself have never experienced it.
Okay, got it. Just making sure the extent of my knowledge.
Yeah.
All right then. I think that's a good suggestion. Maybe they know why they migrated here.
Possibly, as I say, it's that or the Ioun Accord.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Which that is
I'm
a
actually
name you
pretty
don't know.
sure that Kuato are like freshwater and saltwater. But it's okay. She said that she didn't know anything about that, so pardon her for not being an expert.
So as this is going on, like she's just writing like the full letter to it, in regards to it all, and she like wraps it up, places it into a scroll box, and hands it. She holds it out and just for anyone to grab it.
I think Aki should take it. He claims to be the most responsible, so.
He claims, does he?
Yes, I haven't seen him in all his responsibility yet.
Well, true, but like, I mean,
so I have to say alleged.
That is true. Yeah. Akko goes like, like, and then we'll take the note and tuck it into his bag. I mean, he's the best behaved.
For now.
Look, some people got some scars from those ice knives. I don't know.
Actually, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think at this point, Koto's
guys-
overtaken as most behaved.
You guys did get hit by some shrapnel. I'm sorry.
Beep boops in anger.
It's just
Which I mean, it wasn't intended. That was just more just Aki's massive inexperience.
Marine just writing expletives in binary.
Yeah. A little piece of paper just comes out of comes out of his chest, hands it to Aki, and it just says in courier font, "You're a prick."
Pretty much.
Well, do you need any supplies for the journey back then?
I'm okay. I think. Anyone else?
I think we should be fine. I mean, it's only a few days to McGinn. I appreciate the offer, though.
Indeed.
So, looks over at Levy. It's like, considering that Levy's important for Magin, I would much rather him see alive than dead, and if you have been solving a problem for us, then I would be happy to ensure you get back safely for any reward that the captain might have for you.
Sorry. I think we'll be okay. Thank you.
I was just running a critical eye over the coding work that Nate put on them, so like...
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
If
missing a semicolon.
that's the case, then Mev is going to look to Levy and just very gently guide him out. Come on.
All right.
And the second that they get out, she's gonna whisper, "Man, she really doesn't like you."
She's She's a very by-the-book individual.
Does that mean you are not by the book?
It's more of a case of if things aren't going according to procedure, she gets very angry about things. I was meant to be here 4 days ago. I'm 4 days late and down 3 soldiers, though I'm sure she's taking it pretty bad as well.
Mm,
She's just better at hiding it than most.
Guess so. I mean, I don't know her.
In the Orphan Mountains, you have to keep your guard up. I imagine she'll have time to ponder about my near-death experience and the situation when she is relieved of her position.
Do you know who that will be next?
Probably whoever was going to relieve me of the position afterwards.
How often do you do this?
It depends. Sometimes we are asked to escort a barge up. Other times we're simply just asked to relieve the guard of the mines.
Okay.
Normally it's about once a month. This one was a bit earlier because, as I say, we were asked by a, let's just say, influential family to basically bring their order in. And it was directly to McGinn, not to a merchant, so it takes precedence.
Ooh. Who was it? Because I know. I'm very curious.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I get advantage because I fed him? I'm a very nice person.
Let me see.
He isn't a dog you're trying to get to follow you home.
Considering the trust he has on you, I'll say yeah with advantage.
Yeah. Listen, that
Yeah.
guy was just through a traumatic experience.
fair-
I have been so nice to him.
To be fair, yeah, we did just you did just help save his life. Yeah.
15.
Okay.
It's a family based, as all the more influential lot are. They move between Lanarch and Empire, depending. They're a dwarven family called Orhammer. They're the main family that supply the Republic with its arms and armor.
Or hammer. So, what happens now that, you didn't technically succeed?
Well, from what I can tell, given the individuals that are there, the barge made it here without a problem, albeit without as big of an escort as it did.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like the job's going to go through as normal. And then when that barge is full, it'll probably be pulled back. Odds are that's when Lisa will be returning as well.
I guess that makes sense. It's good that, you won't get into any more trouble. That would really suck. And, rich people, it's not like they care.
I don't think the Orhammer family would mind too much. At least for me.
Well, let's get back in the cart and, maybe you can sleep a little.
I might. Okay.
Oh my god.
So, you all get back into the cart and make your journey back towards the camp. So, I'd like someone to make a d6 roll again. Who's doing it now?
I did. I did it last time. Someone else should do it.
I did.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
I do.
so you head back through the tunnel. You're making a lot better progress at this point. And as you're just sort of like following the main path, Aki, I assume you're the one that's driving the horses?
Yeah.
You feel like a tap on your shoulder, and as you like turn around, there's Levy. His eyes are squinting a little bit. Being a Durgar, he's not too good in the sun.
Everything okay, Levy?
Yeah. You see that little opening there to your left?
Yeah, I sort of put up on the reins a little bit just to like slow the horses down to like more of a canter, more of a low trot. I look over.
Yeah, so you see a rather narrow pass, relatively rocky and not well traveled. But just like says, take him through there.
Are you sure that it looks a little bit treacherous and not well worn?
It's going to be a bit uncomfortable, but it'll get us there a lot faster. We'll be able to get to Alpha Camp in the morning.
Okay. Yeah. I'll look at them and go. Well, you know these mountain passes better than anything else. I'll turn my back to the other shoulder and go, and just go. Everyone, apologies for the bumpy ride. And I'll turn the horses towards the opening he indicated.
All right. So you head through the paths. As he said, it is very rough and bumpy. You sort of jolted around a little bit for several hours. But eventually, after those several hours, you come out from the pass. And you sort of look over to you compare it on the map and such, and you're actually sort of coming up to the bend that leads to Alpha Camp. But at this point, night has fallen. Okay.
Oh, I see where we are. Okay. Oh wow, we really that was a really good shortcut. Wow.
Yep. That was a beneficial. You guys got a beneficial event. Plus, you've got Levy speeding you up with his knowledge.
Hells yeah. What an
I'll
hero.
just mark that passage on the map, thank you. I don't know if we'll be coming back here, but...
Yeah, I would assume that you've been marking these passages.
Yeah, and also don't forget, and also marking the spot where the fish temple as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mev's been marking everything. She has the map.
She's got the map, it's a map, it's a map, it's a map. Alright.
Bloody hell.
So, you guys hit nightfall. Do you guys do anything, or are you just gonna take watch?
Yeah, I guess. I think it's just sort of I don't have anything to do that evening, I guess. Just sort of uneventful, help set up camp, cook some dinner, and then start watching, I guess, yeah.
We're at this camp now?
You're not at the camp.
Officially? Okay. I was gonna say.
You're about a few hours away.
Few hours. I remember a river being nearby here.
Marine, Havelock, could you come with me just a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Daz, go hang out with Kodo for a bit.
Oh no.
Marine will give a nod and go over to wherever Mev's going.
Come with me.
And Mev's going to take them to the river.
Alright.
Okay, so you guys came here before and you fished and everything. I know that you two can go under the water. So I was hoping that maybe you could survey things and see if anything about these fish are strange.
I believe that we could, in fact, do that.
Obviously, I cannot go with you, but I mean, I can stay up here and hopefully make sure that you guys don't, get swept away, I guess?
How strong is the current right now?
It's fairly strong. It's one of the tougher areas.
Ooh. Yeah, Mev looks at that nervously. I don't know.
Mev, you got any rope on you?
Oh, yes, I have my silk rope and I have my hemp rope.
Alright. Your hemp rope, my hemp rope. Tie Marine to whatever tree is closest to here that looks like it's not gonna fall in the water. I'm gonna tie myself to Marine. Marine, how heavy are you?
I am quite heavy. Last I checked, nearly 400 pounds.
Awesome. You're gonna be the anchor. As long as those ropes don't snap, we should be fine.
Right.
At least it's not an anchor to a ship again.
Then we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna find the sturdiest tree that I can.
Okay. There's not a lot of tree cover in this place. It is mostly just rocks.
Okay, then can I find a really sturdy rock?
Yeah, you can.
That seems like it won't
You
move.
can roll a couple of like heavier rocks and so like pin the rope down on another rock that you're tying around.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll
This
tie
is
it
a really
onto-
rocky plane, you guys.
Yeah, I'll tie it to one of the bigger rocks, and then pin it down with the other ones, and just hold on to it after I tie Marine up.
Okay. So you've done a whole lot of tying with your knots. How long is your rope?
They should be 50-foot
50-foot
ropes.
rope.
Actually, I have belaying pins.
You have what? Sorry.
Belaying pins.
As
It's
do
what
I.
you. It's
Do you
what
want
you
one of
tie a
mine?
rope to. Yeah.
Mhm.
Go ahead and give me that because that'll help it make it more sturdy.
Alright, I'm handing you my belaying pin.
Thank
I've
you
never
so
heard of
much.
them. Okay.
And I guess my hempen rope as well.
Yep. Tie you guys up. Gonna pin the rope into the fucking ground. There we go. I think this is good.
Okay.
All right, you guys can do it.
Marine gives a nod and just looks to the water and starts to walk towards it.
Oh, I got a bad feeling about this, Marine. I say to him in Primordial as we walk into the water together.
This is so.
I have a decent feeling about this.
Okay. So the current does like pull you guys a decent chunk, so I want you both to make strength checks.
No.
Just a check, not a save.
Yep, just a strength check.
Wrong character.
Did you try and strength check as Delson?
Wrong character.
He tried to strength check as Delson, I think. Oh.
Oh!
My rolls have not been good. Definitely someone caused internal damage.
Wow.
Marine, no!
It's a good thing for that rope.
Mhm.
As you sort of like moving slowly through the water, being a riverbed and all, it's not, you know, a rocky riverbed, it's not exactly smooth and such. And so as you sort of like step on a bit of the rock, it sort of tilts slightly from your weight, which throws you off and sends you careening down the river. Is it just a single rope or two ropes that are being used to hold the two of them?
It's the 2 ropes. I have a shorter section cut off for me to stay to Marine, and then Marine's got the rest of the ropes on him.
Okay, so you, Havelock, feel a heavy tug as well, because Marine's being your anchor, isn't he?
Oh no.
Mm.
Yeah.
Great.
And you get pulled away. Mevle, you watch as the rope sort of like quickly begins moving downriver and then becomes taut.
Mev is going to I think I can do this. Unleash Valkyr and try and grab the rope with him, because technically it says that they can do like saving throws for stuff.
Okay.
So technically he could do a strength saving throw.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead then.
Alright. So
How far away is the river from the camp?
I assume it's only like maybe 20 feet away from the camp.
alright. First one's me, second's Valkyr.
Okay. So you sort of like dig your heels in and such. The stone that you've sort of like anchored it to, it is moving slightly, just from the combined weight. But together with yourself and Valkyr, you're sort of able to. It's weird for anyone not watching, because it's like, it's almost like because Valkyr hasn't so much as like unleashed as it is like you see his shadow, so like reaching up and grabbing the shadow of the rope.
Yeah.
But you still see like a slight imprint of like 2 almost like spectral heels that are digging into the ground.
Spooky.
And so it's like you slide a little bit and it just stops.
Spooky.
This is bad.
Marie and Havelock, what are you two doing?
Marine's gonna try and brace himself to stop getting pulled.
Okay, make another strength check then. Strength save actually for this one.
I'm just gonna fucking hold on to Marine and try to look around.
Okay, make a perception check then, see if you find anything.
Oh my god, Havelock.
Havelock perceives fear.
You do. So, Marie, you sort of like spin yourself around so that you sort of like stomach towards the ground, just sort of like dig, like you just smash your hands into the ground and eventually find purchase. Mevelair, the so like even though the rope is still like fairly taut, it's like you feel some of the tension like lessen a little bit.
Do we need to roll to pull it again?
Are you actually like trying to pull them in?
Yeah, they're a pretty good ways away. So...
Okay, make another strength check then. It's a strength check, not a... Yeah, whatever.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's, I mean, with that roll, with, like, even if you -2 on it...
Yeah.
The 2 of you combined just sort of, like, easily start just pulling, like, pulling them back in. Havelock, looking around, you see several kind of fish, a few salmon, you see the odd trout here and there. Well, what is it that you're looking for?
Just what we were originally looking for. Anything out of the ordinary, like she was saying, weird fish, weird frogs, things that shouldn't be here.
With that natural 20, you do see something, like, sort of, like, partially embedded into the river. It's a little bit away. You can try and make a grab for it, but you're about to be pulled out.
I would like to try and make a grab
Okay,
for
make
it.
a dexterity check for me.
Dex check.
21. Okay, yeah, you're able to grab it. It's like, it, like, is a bit tense before it pops out, and as you sort of, like, pull, and as you're sort of, like, pulled out, which, for everyone else, because Valkyrie is still being Mev's shadow, you just see little Mev just pulling on this rope, pulling out a large Warforged in Havelock, like, seemingly by herself. Havelock, in your hands is what looks to be like a 2-pronged spear. Somewhat of rough make and familiar. This looked like the spear of one of the Kuotoa that escaped.
The only thing that Marine can hear from me in Primordial is, for barbecue now.
Oh my god.
Did you find something, Hatblock?
I found a spear. Ish. A
Ish.
light trident. Trident light.
Are you two okay?
I'm starting to think those ice knives did more damage than I initially thought.
Mev, upon them being like finally just out, drops the rope and just fucking sits on the ground.
I just make my way over to Mev and give her a hug. There. It's okay. Pat, 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 pat.
This was
Yeah,
a
I think-
bust.
Yeah, I'll go over because I guess if it's only 20, it's only 20 feet away. I was sitting back, kind of watching all this happen. Sort of spring loaded in case it went disastrous, and then it sort of, Aki sort of comes out, runs over and goes over to Mev, and I must say, it's like, and goes, I must say this. I was amazed by all that strength in such a small package.
Mev looks to him and like, even though she was very exhausted and distressed a second ago, she immediately grins and she fucking flexes.
See? You shouldn't underestimate people.
Mevalair performs the most gentlemanly emote. What about Koto? What's Koto been doing this entire time?
While they were doing that, I was going to ask towards the beginning, Kindling and whoever else was helping to attempt to create camp.
Alright.
Kindling Kodo warping?
Is that it, or?
Well, I kind of just wanted to know, like, what was the situation, like, where are we, and all that.
So you guys are like coming up to the large bend. Like what the stance of the camp is, yeah?
How late in the day is it? Is it time to
Yeah,
set up
it's
camp
time to
yet?
set up camp. Yes.
Yeah, so we'll just kind of find a spot to make the best of what we do. Set up the tents, other people's tents for whenever things are fun. And just strike up conversation with Kindling during that. And there was specifically one thing that I was going to ask. Kindling,
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I overstep. I'm just curious. As he's just taking a swig from his warskin. You fight with fervor. What is important to you? I wonder. We're all here for our mission, obviously.
I sort of just fight for fighting. That. Can't say I have much of a story.
Do you have a goal?
I found this weird book on a mountain once. I have no idea how to open it.
A weird book? Oh.
Yes. And then I guess I'm gonna take out the book and kind of show it to him.
Oh. He takes the book in like one hand and just starts to inspect it. What kind of book is it?
It's a green.
No, I'll let you explain it. You go right down.
If I remember right, it's a green book, fairly large, and something that is like immediately noticeable to it is that there is a lock right on it that is glowing. I feel like even just looking at it, you get very slight feelings of like, oh, there's something more to it.
Mm.
Not just a plain book.
Korok scratches the back of his head.
You get it.
Can I just make a quick history check to get an idea of maybe a group of people that could have made this book, if I have? No.
Sure, I'll let you make a history check on that one, yeah. 5.
Ooh.
Not too sure. It's a very fancy looking book, though.
Okay. He hands it back to him.
Thank you.
It's very interesting. I can't really tell what its purpose is either. Do you have any idea of where to inquire about such a thing?
Not at all. It just feels like I should hold on to it. You know?
Well, definitely keep an eye out. If it's something it seemingly has some sort of pull to it for you. Maybe there is something special for it. Something special that ties it to you. Thank you for sharing, though. I appreciate it.
It's no skin off my back.
Alright.
By the way,
Go on, Koto.
one of these days, is it alright if we maybe spar it a bit? Again, I'm impressed by your, I'm quite new to fighting, to be honest.
Really now.
I mostly chopped trees back in my village. That's really it. Herd cattle. Breed animals. Simple.
Explains a lot. See, so what? You want practice? You want help?
We could do it. Do you want to do it now?
Sure.
What? Okay, sure.
Right.
If it's up to you. Again, just go easy on me.
No
yeah.
promise.
You want to go the full shebang on this one?
Sure.
No. Well, I mean, it's up to you.
Fight, fight, fight.
I don't I wouldn't mind if we did, but
Sure, yeah, sure.
Okay. Alright.
I am the medic. I can get one of us.
So obviously with this fighting, you guys obviously are aware that you're not fighting to kill, so you don't need to worry about death saving throws. I will say you guys position yourself though. So as Mev and Havelock and Marine sort of like recomposing themselves, the two of you sort of like go a certain distance apart, draw your weapons, and sort of prepare. So if that's the case, roll initiative, you two.
Oh yay, we just come back in time to watch the fight.
Okay.
You can get them kindling.
Okay. So,
Man, what the heck?
it's here. So what are you doing then, Kindling?
give me 1 sec to think this through.
It's a
Also,
very odd.
I'm also starting battle with shield and hand axe.
Yeah. You Levia giving you back your shield. over the course of the day. And obviously, don't forget you've had a long rest, so you're back to full on everything.
All right. I'm gonna use my feline agility to move 60 feet. To move straight up to Godo.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. God, I'm really unsure. Let's see. I'm gonna just immediately Shrine Whale with a two-handed quarterstaff.
Okay. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
Right.
Ooh! So you, so let's see, that is in total 5, 10... That's 12 points of bludgeoning damage onto you, Koto.
First lesson is key.
So you just...
Kodo, it pretty much just like keeps his eyes on Kinling. As soon as the battle starts, he's just zooming past straight towards him, just catches him off guard.
Yeah, so you...
Just instantly in the gut.
Yeah, so you watch as Kinling so like stoops down low, twirls a quarterstaff, and like dashes forward, almost on all fours. As to like get ready, he sort of like uses his free hand to like launch himself upwards, grab hold of the quarterstaff, and just smash it into like down towards like the side of your head. You have a ringing sound in your left ear from the impact as you sort of like stagger backwards.
Okay.
Woo!
Kodo's gonna try and focus.
That was an impressive blow.
Kodo's gonna try and focus his
shit, because you win.
mind and
Come on, Koto, hit him just as hard.
I can't do that. This man hits too hard. Just in self-defense, he's just going to, in reaction, use a bonus action to then clasp his chest and cast Shield of Faith on himself.
Okay.
Concentration spell plus 2 AC.
Alright.
And for his action, he's just going to try and give a little bit of a swing with the butt end of his hand axe down onto Kinley.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
How much damage is that?
You took 12 points of bludgeoning damage from the natural 20.
Jeez.
Yeah,
that's...
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, so you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage in this case.
Okay.
It's just like... Just like... It almost like... It makes a sort of like ringing noise. So now, Kinling, your ear is ringing from the impact.
Koto's just kind of gonna go back to a central stance, keeping the shield in front of him a bit more carefully as he just eyes you up, trying to determine what you're gonna do next.
God. And seeing that Kodo's cast Shield of Faith, Kinling is gonna respond by making a reckless attack
Oh fuck.
with his quarterstaff. This time, just one-handed.
Okay.
Right. Ooh.
That's...
Bonk.
You just saw like holding your ear, you just swing like wide, and Kosa just like ducks behind the shields. It hits the rim of it, and you just saw it just like bounces off. And you sort of like just shake the distortion out of your head.
Yeah, you see Kinlan frown a little.
Okay, I'm learning. Keeps his defensive stance. Is that gonna be your turn?
Yeah, that's his turn. He's only got one attack right now.
Okay.
Yeah, can't wait for level 5.
Yeah, alright.
Kodo just backs up one leg really slowly and then pushes off towards you as it's going to attempt to take advantage of the opening to hit you with just a hand axe to the gut.
All right, that's advantage.
Yeah, it's advantage because he did a reckless attack.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah, that hits.
nice.
Damn.
Will we consider the second damage roll or the first one? Second, right?
We'll go with the first one. It's just,
That's
I mean, it's only 1 point less anyhow.
I know, but just for future reference.
Yeah, for future reference, if you accidentally like don't roll, we'll go with the first damage roll.
Gotcha. Right.
And in response to getting that hit, he's then going to use the flat end of a shield to kind of push off against him for another attack. It's just a hand axe attack, but flavoring like a shield's badge. 25.
That's
Just,
yeah. And so you're doing an offhand attack, yeah?
yeah, I'm using one of my class features, the cleric feature, to use my bonus action to get an extra attack.
Oh right, okay. So yeah, that's a further 7. So that's 17 points of damage in 1 round.
Dang.
Impressive.
Koda's just kind of laughing under his breath as he's kind of just taking it in. Maybe the wood cutting did good for me.
Okay, Kinlan, you're up.
Definitely did. And Kinlan's gonna use his bonus action to rage.
Okay.
Oh my.
Cause like he's angry now. And
He just got
mad.
smacked twice across the snoot by a hand axe.
That's a very heavy boot.
he's gonna put his free hand back on the quarterstaff to try and smack again two-handed.
Okay. 16.
16 is not going to hit.
Ooh,
Because that would be if it weren't for Shield of Faith, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Damn. So you sort of like swing upwards again, like sort of aiming for his head. Kota raises shield and it's sort of like impact. You watch as sort of like his guard seems to give when the shield like pulsates with divine energy and sort of like knocks the quarterstaff like away. You nearly drop the quarterstaff itself, but you're able to like sort of like reach up and like re-grab it. But yeah, that's
On Kota's turn, I'm going to... Yeah. For this attack, I'm just going to use a hand axe attack again. Aiming for, again, a stumbled kindling. Going to swing strongly. This is just a regular attack, yeah.
okay. Damn. So that is.
I need to hit 7.
So that's 7
Nope.
down to 3.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use again my bonus feature to attempt to swing again.
Okay.
Seventeen.
17, 6 down to 3.
Right.
Koto's really pushing the momentum right now as best he can.
Yeah, so as he sort of like as he like grabs his quarterstaff from it being deflected by the Shield of Faith, you just take the opportunity to like wham, one hit like right into his clavicle. You just like pull back, wham again, like this time just square in his chest as he's sort of like staggering back.
Okay. From the last hit, Kindling actually drops his weapon, the staff, and he's gonna make one last reckless attack with his claws instead.
Technically,
Oh, wow.
technically, because it's unarmed, you can technically make an offhand attack with your other hand.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that's how the
Wait.
rules work with that. I know monks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have no idea how offhand works.
So basically, it's the same
Um,
thing, except you just don't add your proficiency bonus. Yeah, it's your proficiency bonus or something like that. No, you don't add your ability modifier to the damage on an offhand
Mhm.
attack,
Okay.
unless you have the feat that lets you do that. So you can technically make 2
So-
attacks here.
I did not realize that. So that means I can do a straight unarmed and then an offhand unarmed,
Yes.
which is like my. Okay. So those are both at advantage. Reckless.
Reckless, wait up, master. I think that one misses, because I think your AC right now is 18, isn't it, Koto?
Yes, it is 18.
Okay, yeah, that misses.
Shit.
Clerics, man.
Sec.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Okay. Yep. Keep going. Sorry.
That's the offhand, so that's minus.
That's going to hit.
Okay, so that is...
2 strength.
So that is 5 damage total. And Koto, you need to make a concentration check for your Shield of Faith.
Okay.
So that's con save. Yeah, you're
Oof.
fine.
Alright.
In defense to Kindling going on the maximum offensive, I'm going to attempt a shove action.
Okay, so that is essentially it's a strength contest, isn't it? On that one, if I remember correctly.
It's a special melee attack. I don't know what that means.
Basically,
Oh wait, it's at sack roll. You make a strength athletics check contested by athletics or acrobatics.
right. So it's basically akin to grapple, but it pushes him back
Okay.
instead of.
Let's go. Oh,
Oh dear. So athletics or acrobatics for you, Kindlin, and I think because you're raging, you get advantage on athletics.
Yeah, so give me 1 sec. Do.
oh,
So like, what happens is Kindlin like swings up at you. You're able to like block it with the shield. The second one like slashes down at the side of your face. You sort of like push him back at one point, then you sort of like charge. You sort of like push forward. His hands grab a hold of his shield. He slides back a bit, but then as you sort of like finish pushing, you look up, and the hands are still holding onto that shield, and you just look as Kindlin looks over the edge of it at you.
okay. We are going to.
So that would be your action.
We are going to talk about this like gentlemen.
Okay, I'm going to use my last Eureka. Weapon attack? Is this a weapon attack? No. Okay. Then I'm going to end my turn and just like try to take a more defensive stance now that Kindling is just a little bit more unpredictable.
Okay. Kindlin, you're up.
Great. Kindling's gonna continue attacking recklessly with the claws.
Okay. Go ahead and make your 2 attack rolls.
Remember how this was supposed to be a sparring match?
Yeah. Well, okay, the first one hits.
That first one
So
hits.
that's 5 points of damage, and you need to make another Constitution saving for a Koto.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, that nat 1 damage, man.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Oof. Ooh-wee. Okay. Yep. Constitution.
Yep. 19, yep, you're
Oh
fine.
my.
You still have Shield of Faith.
I won't go down that easily.
So essentially, like, Kindle, like, forces down the shield and just, like, essentially, like, claw slaps you.
Okay. Koto's
I
looking-
imagine all of us are just staring so fucking intensely at this, just dead quiet, like, whole.
Yep. Everyone's watching. Levy's watching as well, but you can just see he's like, while you guys are still like that, like, yo, oh, there's a spectacle point. You can just see Levy just looking, like, almost like analyzing it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that gonna be your turn?
That's Kindler's turn, yeah.
Koto's going to, still in his defensive stance, gonna do the same exact thing he did before. He drags one of his hooves backwards as he prepares to charge forward. But as he charges forward, he drops his hand axe and his shield, and he's going to attempt to hit you with his horns.
Ooh. Okay. So
It's a 9 hit.
It does not, unfortunately.
So you sort of decide to you try and like match aggression with aggression, and so like you charge forward, drop your shield, which drops your AC by 2 because that shield gives you passive 2 AC. Drop your hammer. You sort of like try to gore him with the horns. You slide back a little bit, Kindling, but you like hold on to both the horns, and when they're like a few inches away from hitting you.
Oh, while Kindling's like grabbing my horns, I'm going to use a bonus action. My hand grabs my chest as I say an incantation, and my arm makes a symbol as if I'm like hammering down. And I use spiritual weapon. I drop my shield of faith, and a spiritual weapon attack is going to hit you from behind. An arm with a hammer just coming down, full force.
That's cheating.
They never specify the rules.
Oh yeah, but if there were, that would be cheating.
Okay. Oh, that is
oh my god.
That is 6 points of force damage, non-mitigated, because I don't think you're. Well, actually, no.
That's force.
Even bear form, like, force damage doesn't give a shit. Or bear totem or whatever. Yeah, so that's 6 points of damage. Technically you have advantage, but it doesn't matter.
I'm loving this. Gotta say.
You still standing, Kindling?
Yeah.
I am still standing.
Oh,
we are on our last legs.
Yep.
Here.
So
Kodo is that's the end of his turn.
So Kodo, your knees are like buckle, not because of exhaustion, but because like you feel the impact of the spiritual weapon hit Kindling, like right on the like right where the shoulder blades meet. And so like he just ends up like the force of the impact and like Kindling's weight so like goes down you, but you stand back up again. The impact had Kindling let go of your horns, so you're able to stand at full height. Kindling, what are you doing?
Kindling, Bane like acts as though like he falls to a knee, but then grabs his quarterstaff and just launches it at well, not launch, but like swings it straight to like the underbelly of Kodo.
Okay.
And that'll also be reckless.
Oh god.
Well, if you're a barbarian, ooh, that is.
Holy fuck, y'all.
That is 9 points of damage.
With that strike, you see Kodo's eyes just kind of freeze for a second. You see his chest cave in as he loses his breath, and he falls down on both knees, lands on his hands, and just takes a breath because he's defeated. That was a little scary, but I feel like I can get a little bit of a better idea about what you eat.
You gotta give yourself more credit.
Yeah.
I got real close.
When he falls to a knee, that's sort of when Aki gets up from where he was sitting, and sort of runs over to Koto. He helps him to his feet and says, "That was a hell of a fight. You fought incredibly well." And he'll give him a it's the healing. What's it called?
Cure wounds, healing wound,
The balm?
summer's balm,
No, it's not the balm. It's a proper healing spell.
cure wounds.
Healing word,
Healing
cure wounds.
Cure wounds. It's cure wounds.
Thank you. Yeah, Mev will go over to Kindling and just elbow him in the stomach playfully. Wow, I wish you showed that when we were having our fight.
I'm curious, Kindling, how much health did you have left?
I had after the spiritual weapon, I had exactly 1 hit point.
No!
Oh my god!
No!
That's why I really wanted to specify that Kindling pretends to like fall to a knee.
How much health did you have left before the final hit, Koto?
I had 6.
Oh,
Yeah. I was close.
damn.
But Koto kind of just begins to sit down as everyone gathers around, laughing it off.
Yeah, is can Kenning even walk at this point?
He's definitely got like he's definitely wincing from the movement, but you can walk.
Okay, and tell you what, just to be fair to him, I'll go over and say, hell of a fight, you have the skill of a true champion, and give him a cure wounds of his own.
Koto turns actually towards Mev. He's just like, you beat him?
Yeah, I beat him. It's pretty easy.
Still a rematch.
I don't think you're ready for a rematch. You look a little beat up.
And she pokes him in the like muzzle where he was hit.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah, the snoot, boop the snoot.
The snoot.
That boop is gonna cause Kenling to drop his rage.
For a second, I was gonna be, and with that boot piece unconscious.
Yeah. Mev just gives him a playful smile.
But maybe when you're patched up.
Pinling, do you want to know why I asked for a sparring match?
It's fun.
It's fun.
You say you live for this fighting. Because of what I want to become. I want to be strong. Even though I'm not really that strong. I'm very novice at this. But it's in my faith. Become a warrior. To protect others. Can't do that if I cannot fight. So I think you'll be a perfect model for how I could improve. Definitely Mev too.
Kenling just like puts up a very weak smile and like a very slight thumbs up.
You two should probably lie down.
Oh, wait. What, are you chickening out? We could go right now.
Right now?
I'm just...
Kenling's already laying on the dirt ground.
I was talking to you, Mev, telling me to go to bed.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, you need to... I mean, you need to get patched up as much as Kindling does.
I absolutely do. Rest is in order. Sorry for us if we scared any of you.
I think we all had a bit of fun watching you guys. That was very intense.
Indeed, it could have gone either way. I was just hoping no one would have sustained any serious injuries.
It was indeed more intense than arm wrestling that I've seen.
Levy speaks up. Interesting to see what appears to be self-taught movements.
Who's he talking to?
Just in general to like the two of you.
Orcish teachings from my tribe. The simplest of them.
It appears he can teach you well enough, anyway.
Aye.
A little too literal bullheaded near the end, but I can see what the plan was.
My mother makes fun of me all the time. Says, "Oh, Koto, you're hard-headed." I'm like, Ma, of course I am.
As he says that, Mev is gonna reach up and knock his skull playfully.
Knock his what, sorry?
Knock his skull.
Okay.
You know,
See?
knock on it.
You,
See, thick as a rock.
Oh yeah.
you,
Yeah, no, that would really hurt to be hit with.
you have to do a tiny little jump to him on his head, or you could get Valkyr to do it.
Oh yeah.
I just pick fun.
Before I rest, actually, there was something I wanted to talk about too.
Hmm?
I was curious about. It happened earlier, but did you summon a ghost the other day?
Mev opens her mouth to speak, and then she looks away for a second, just like thinking about it. And then she looks at you with a smirk on her face.
And what if I did?
I was just confused in the darkness of the battle. I just saw something, and it looked as if it was mimicking you, which is very interesting because I did not know you had an affinity for summoning magics.
There's a lot you don't know about me. Maybe it was a ghost, maybe a summon. Who knows?
Carter just kind of cocks his head a little bit.
Maybe I steal other people's souls.
You see Koto's eyes kind of get wider for a second in response to that, and he almost has a flashback, it seems. He just looks past you.
I trap them and then I make them dance.
He begins digging into his pack as he pulls out his book. And he just like looks back at the book and back at you as he's turning the pages. You wouldn't happen to know what this is, then? Like, does this have to do with it? As he shows you the picture of the dick sigil. Is this like part of it? Is that part of the magic?
Mev stares at it like genuinely surprised, and she just bites into her cheek so hard.
Yes, that is the beginning part, you know. First, I have to mark the person in order to establish a kind of bond, and then I have to fight them and win.
Okay. Can you teach me more of this a little bit later? I am really... As you have seen, I also know a little bit of summoning magic, but yours is different. I want to know what the difference is, because, I have a very small understanding of what the true arcane is.
I mean, I guess I could, but I can't really show you an example because, if I showed you that, then someone would die. I can't just take people's souls and then have them not die.
Those souls, they are of people?
Well, I mean, and Mev is gonna have Valkyr, stand up in front of Koto.
How long would you say that you have been dead?
Are you saying this to Valkyr?
Yeah, to Valkyr. I'd like him to talk to Koto.
It has been many millennia since I passed, seemingly, through the barrier. And
See?
this is a voice that only you hear, Koto, and Mev also hears. And it's sort of like similar to, again, when Mev has spoken to you telepathically.
I've heard tellings of such magics that let you speak to those beyond. This is... As he kind of gets on his knees and he prostrates himself. It is an honor to be in your presence, Spirit. Thank you for
Meh.
having us.
Mev turns away with like her face covered. Valkyr just hears just giggling, a roar of laughter.
Koto, you hear in your head, I think you have the wrong idea, warrior. But please don't. Please stand up.
He very slowly stands up and looks him in the eyes.
Oh, what you think the eyes are?
Yeah, I-
Valkyr is
Yeah, what
literally
you
just
think?
like a shadow person.
His mouth is just slightly open. He's just taking it all in. How? This is amazing. Can you teach me how to do this?
Mev, just, and she turns around to Kodo. She can't help the big grin on her face, but she's trying to keep calm.
Trying to keep.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that I cannot. You know, the secret of this has been passed down by the women in my family for generations.
So this is your tie. Is this important to you?
Yes, it is. So, while I could explain some things, there are other things that I simply cannot teach you.
That is understood. Well, it is, again, he just bows in honor to have you help us.
You are welcome, warrior. And Mev, you hear just by yourself, like in your head, like Koto, you didn't hear this. Is that right? Is this the correct way of speaking to people?
Oh my god, he called me a warrior?
Oh
my god, I'm a warrior, yes.
You're doing super good.
Thank you, Beverly.
Mev will wave her hand, and Valkyr will disappear back into her shadow.
Yeah. And as at this point, it's just like, because I assume Koto's watching this very intently. You sort of watch as it's almost like he sinks into the shadow, and it changes back into Mevlair's, but now you see sort of like this very faint, like, second shadow in the shape of Valkyr, sort of like overlaid on top of Mev's shadow.
Kind of looks like they're attached.
Mother will not believe this. It's amazing. You are very interesting people.
Mev just like she is struggling. She has this big smile on her face, but she looks like she's dying inside. And she will just nod to Kodo, and then she's gonna go to her tent.
I'm going to just spend some time resting after the battle. Recouping and thinking about what has happened.
Oh, Kodo.
Okay. So is anyone else doing anything, or are we going to go straight to the watches?
I'm not doing anything. Can't speak for anyone else. though.
I think Havelock should take first watch because Kodo got beat the fuck up. Unless Kodo still feels like he could take the watch.
I will take morning watch, maybe. If that gives me enough time to rest.
Okay.
Over the eye patch lit. Okay.
Look at you. You're doing great.
As Levy goes down to
All
rest,
right.
he says, like, if you need any me to take up the watch, go ahead and give me a shout. $20. Nice.
Nice.
So, you spend the first shift keeping a watch out. Nothing but the sound of the river nearby seems to permeate the air. And so your first watch comes with nothing bad happening. So, who takes second watch?
I'll do second watch.
Okay.
Yes, please. Okay, and let me roll for 2 seconds.
King Perception over here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Come on, look with your big old eyes.
My eyes are old.
Late,
I'm 23.
late game, goddamn Koto and Aki, when it comes to perception, I'm just going to be there like, god damn it.
Yeah.
Look with your special eyes.
My brain! 18.
20. That would be 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
You with an 18 and with your dark vision, so like fairly far into the distance, like just along the edge, you of your periphery, you see what looks to be 2 bears, not ghost bears. They are very solid.
Oh,
So like walking, you see they sort of like head down to the river a bit, and you watch as they sort of like both go in, swim around a bit until eventually about like maybe half an hour later, they sort of leave. You can see with a few of them they've got like a few fish like in their jaws as they head back up the more hilly terrain. Beyond that, your watch goes without anything happening.
Yay, bears. Okay, that's nice. Nice, awesome bears. Okay, who's doing the third?
I think
Photo said.
perception check.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
18.
Nice.
Nice.
The other thing that happens during your watch is Levy is the first to wake. And he just kind of like just sits there and starts like getting the fire going a little bit again, just for a little bit of added warmth.
I'll definitely help him if he needs.
Thanks, lad. Eventually, you get the fire up to a decent amount, and he just kind of like sits there by the fire while you finish your watch.
Yep.
Eventually, you all wake. And so, guess just for the sake of brevity, unless you guys have got anything planned for the morning, we can go straight to the traveling again.
I don't think we have anything.
Okay. All right. So,
Yeah,
We're going to the river, say a prayer, and that's it.
all right. Morning prayers, morning exercise stuff, morning meals. So,
Morning meals, yeah. 2 rations.
so I would like someone to make the last D6 of the journey. I'll let you get a disadvantage one, which will delay you. Whoa.
Is anyone
I'll
not
do
rolling?
it.
Yep.
I'll
There
do
we go.
it.
Okay.
that's gotta be good, right?
We don't know.
This isn't a D20 that you're rolling.
All these rolls are bad. That's a good point.
Your travels seem mostly uneventful. You get to the Alpha camp, If you want to keep going, or if you just want to stop by there, that's down to you.
Do we need to stop? Does anyone have anything?
Do we need to tell them about the guy we found? Not Levy, the guy, the crushed one, the guy.
That was a guard, so I was gonna wait until we got to McGinn.
Okay.
Because we're going to, like, the barracks there.
We're on our way to McGinn City.
Okay, alright, if that's the case then. A majority of your journey is actually very uneventful. This close to the actual opening of the Opera Mountains, there's not a whole lot of things that get in your way. Levy does direct you guys to the passageway that you already were aware of from your journey within here. So you actually get out of the mountains and start heading towards McGinn relatively early into the afternoon.
Hey, it's okay.
How long do you think it'll take before we get to McGinn?
Only about an hour.
Only about an hour? Think we could push the horses in that
Yeah,
time?
you could cut it down to about 40-30 minutes if you push the horse. If you push Crispy.
Thank you.
Poor little Crispy. Yeah, I say, why not?
Why not be mean to Crispy? Yeah.
It's
Go
only
for it,
for, an hour.
Okay.
Not like it's
Go.
an entire day of travel.
Go forth, Christopher P.
That is his formal name,
Christopher Pine.
but his friends call him Crispy. Okay, so you push Crispy into a light gallop, and eventually you arrive back in the town of McGinn. Pretty much unchanged from when you left it the past few days.
Okay.
And so I assume you head to the barracks?
Yeah.
Alright. So, you make your way to the barracks. Again, considering it's not like a town with a lockdown or anything, you're able to get there relatively quickly. Do you do anything in particular there?
Oh, we drop off Levy.
Yeah, hello, we are back. Remember me?
Vaguely, yes.
Can you say that? Regard.
Well, we are back from the mines, and we got some information about it, and we brought back, what was it again? Lance Corporal Levy. That is the correct title, right?
Yes.
Lance Corporal Levy or Hammer. Aye, I know him.
Meph pauses at this and looks at Levy, just like knowingly, no judgment, but like, that makes more
He
sense.
looks a little embarrassed.
She gives him a wink, like, it's okay. I got you.
So we have come to bring him back and share what we learned, and also I brought
This Mev will go ahead and take out the like dog tags that she found.
The pin.
Yeah, the pen.
we found another one of your people, technically outside of the situation, but it looks like they were gone for a while.
I see. And so, takes a pin. Well, if you've got information for it, so, opens the door as if to invite you in. I'm sure Captain Leovor would want to know about this.
Okay.
Yes,
Is
thank you.
Is there somewhere we can leave the horse and cart?
We shall keep an eye on it.
Very much appreciated. And I'll climb down from the driver's seat.
Is Leovor the person that we met
Yes.
before?
Yeah, the captain.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, she was the one that you had delivered Captain Luca to.
Yep.
Oh, we get to see Captain Luca again. Yeah. Yeah, and so I'll hop off the horse, dust myself off the horse, off the cart, dust myself off, and walk into the barracks.
Okay. As I say, it seems similar in structure to the one in tow, but just bigger.
Okay.
And you're quickly escorted over to the captain's quarters. No, all of you basically. As you enter, Captain Leovor is currently speaking with another guard. And there was just like the guard that was with you just like quickly like whispers something to her, and she just like beckons for them to leave. They close the door as she sits down at her desk. So,
Hello.
Yes, we bring Captain Leovor. Good to see you again. We bring news from the mountainsides.
So I've heard.
We seem to have figured out the cause of your disappearances.
Go on.
It seems you have a bad case of fish people cult.
Mev looks at Aki and just shakes her head.
There were Kuatoa there.
They were
Yes.
taking people.
Kualua. What did you say?
Kuatoa.
Kuatoa. Okay, and that's the proper name for fish people, yes?
Well, it depends. It's either a Kuatoa or a Sahagin, and those were Kuatoa. They're different.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, yes, we saw some a number of Kuatoa. And they seem to be kidnapping people for sacrifice to their god, and they also talked about flesh for flesh and sort of some sort of vengeance for the death of their children. Well, they seem
We
to be
think that someone might have taken them, and that upset the Kuatoa.
indeed. And the god they worship, they called the all-eating, I think it was.
All consuming.
All consuming.
All-consuming. That's all-consuming. And there's a big mural on the wall, and all of Captain Levy's company, apart from him, it's unsavory fates. One was transformed into one as well, which I've never come across before. But we managed to save Captain Levy, and it was and then we went to the Camp I-2, where Corporal Lisa there told us that he would be of no use without his company. So we have brought him back to you again, and your attention.
We also have a note from her confirming all of this.
Yes. It's here somewhere. Hold on. And I'll pull out a little bit crumpled, but the note that she wrote.
Yeah, well, it was in a scroll box anyway, so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll pull out a perfectly pristine scroll from the scroll box.
Just takes it, has a quick glance at it. Levy? Yes, Captain? Head to your quarters. I'll get your report later. Of course, Captain. Just like looks at you all a bit sheepishly and quickly leaves the room.
Bye.
Look after yourself. Can I read a kind like what kind of sheepish? Is it sort of like that's a fanciful story? I don't really believe you. Kind of sheepishness.
Make an insight check.
Okay.
It's more to discern what kind of sheepish it is. 25.
Pretty good.
No, I think it's just a fact of how quickly he's been dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so let's go like yeah, well we should say that I would not recommend delay in this instance. The figure who Levy pointed out as their leader, we won't manage to neutralize. It's fled into the night, and we couldn't find it again. Could be anywhere by now, I'm afraid.
It could be, though in that particular area, its options are limited. Initially, anyway.
Well, yes, but I haven't.
I'm more concerned than in case the disappearances pick up, because without taking out the ringleader, without ripping out all of them, we're putting a small bandage on a gaping wound. It'll only reopen again, and you're back to having your old problems.
I'm aware of that. That's why I'm intending to send some soldiers there immediately. And I'll get the rest of the information to adjust upon at a later date, when Levy is more ready to talk.
Right. Now, if you have a map of the mountains, I'd be willing to mark as where we found Captain Levy for you.
I was about to ask you that, actually. He pulls out a much fresher looking map and just places it down.
Yeah, and I put, and like, I feel like, Mevla, you have the map, don't you?
I'll do it. I'm the one that knows how to write these things in the first place. And Mev will go ahead and mark everything down on the map that they found.
Right.
If you need any help, I have notes.
Please, any information would help, no matter how small it is.
I mean, Coda will just kind of go over any small tidbits that he's been logging. Nothing too important. Just stuff that he's noticed.
Actually, like, once you've finished, like, all that stuff, she places maps aside. Right, and was there anything else among your journeys? Any evidence of this happening elsewhere, or just in that area?
It seemed just in that area.
Yes, we were told that the hotspot was in between. On the same map, I say, in between here and 2, but then we thoroughly combed that area, and the only thing untoward was the fish, the Kuatoa, and I sort of look over to Mev and sort of like Kuatoa, cult that we found earlier. Well,
Like
they
a
found
shot
ours.
every time Aki says Kuatoa.
Why? He's learning. He's trying to learn.
I am too.
So like it seemed we were expecting, and perhaps if what we found was a mere outpost, that it would be that perhaps their fortress would be further towards the mine, but we found no such thing.
Well,
May have only been a minor operation, but an operation nonetheless.
Well, at the very least, knowing that cave exists, we can work on removing anything of interest in there and sealing it up so it can't be used again.
And just in case this is a now, Mevela had an excellent idea with this, with the Kuatoa's talk of almost something of this cult was fueled by vengeance upon the miners and the non-Kuatoans. I would maybe send out an order to the miners for to not fish in the river until we know exactly all the information. We don't want to provoke any more attacks.
I mean, I could make that work with anyone who does business with Magin directly, but if it's an independent merchant, my hands are very tied.
Sure, as the captain of the town guard, you have some level of influence on that, on what is permissible and what isn't.
I do, but I also don't have much...
By the law.
I do, but I don't also have much control over independent business ventures.
Might cause more problems if you die down all trade.
Yeah, so we
Some unhappy people.
It would discourage people from using the mines the town depends on, I suppose. Fine line.
At the very least, I can recommend due to recent things, but I cannot enforce.
That would be much appreciated.
It is more than enough, thank you.
Indeed.
And is there any further information about your journeys?
I think that's just about it. I mean, we did find a body in another cave, but I turned the pin into the guards.
Yes.
Right, that was
You found
mentioned.
One of your numbers seemed to have departed some time ago.
I will find the list of those that have gone missing and correlate it, and let the next of kin know.
Thank you.
At the very least, it looked like a brown-haired human of sorts.
That will narrow it down a little bit. You have a habit of bringing information involving our own military to us, it seems.
I mean, I wouldn't really call it a habit. It's like, if I had the silver for every time that these people came to give us information on the military, I'd have 2 silver, which isn't much, but it's weird that happened twice, kind of thing.
I feel like I've heard that recently.
I mean,
Who is paying you this?
Did you pick that up from someone in the tavern earlier? What was that?
I'm pretty sure I have heard a story that has a similar line to that. The walls of reality ripple with the echo of Perry the Platypus.
But, yes, it is kind of unusual.
Unusual, but
Indeed.
Thankful at the very least.
Oh, I just remembered an important piece that is honestly a bit vital, I'm afraid. So I'm sorry for leaving this. Just crossed my mind. Levy could probably give you more information about this, but from his telling, their ringleader, that whatever manner of beast it is, can take on a more conventional human form.
And it looks.
He'll be able to give you a description. I wasn't able to get a good enough look at him to do it any kind of use. But he said the name he would be going by was Pierced.
Interesting. Well, being sellswords, consider this information for the bounty in advance, then.
All right.
I'd like this pierced, ideally dead.
Okay.
And we can talk about the reward for it. And don't worry, I'll make sure that the outlying cities also know. Especially as well, given the person they kidnapped was a, shall we say, rather influential member that the Republic doesn't want to get on the bad side of.
What are you not telling us?
Oh, nothing. Levy is the son of the current ruler of the Orhammer family. They provide most of the arms and armor for the Republican army itself.
Good lord.
He doesn't like to talk about it much.
I'm sure that if Levy thought that it was important, he would have told us.
Of course.
Bev totally not looking like she already fucking knew.
As I say, he tends to avoid talking about his family. He's not on good terms with them.
I was going to ask what a son of a major dwarven family was doing as a lowly corporal patrolling mountains.
He doesn't want to take over the family business. His family think otherwise. They're not on the best terms, but his father very much does love his son. I shall probably let him know as well that a brave band of adventurers came to his aid when needed. Of course, to make it a bit easier, I would prefer it if you had a collective name. You don't have to. You don't have to give it me right away. Just be sure if you do intend to leave McGinn to let me know before you do.
All right. We'll knock our heads together and see what falls out.
Hopefully not our brains.
Well, they fell years ago, I think. Didn't they?
Ah,
Speaking of, where do you intend to go now?
Yours did.
Not sure.
Well, we were going to go to. Let me just look at my thing real quick. We were going to go to the Narc and then down to Embar.
Ah, well, that will, with that timing, you might actually arrive in Embar in time for the Foundation Day celebrations.
Oh, there's more?
Yes.
Oh, I have been reading my Republic history book in the spare time. So I think I know this. Yeah.
Yes, so we are coming up to the celebrations for Foundation Day. It's about midway through next month, but Anbar tends to get its preparations rather far in advance.
That sounds fun.
I've only been to a Foundation Day celebration in Embar once, but it's several days of celebrations. Quite fun, honestly.
I'll take your word for it. All right. Well, that'll be most enjoyable.
I'm sure it will be, yes. I will definitely make sure, though, to send the message over to the Orhammer family. I'm sure that they may even might want to meet you. To personally thank you, of course.
Of course. Sounds like not a bad family to have in your favor.
As I say, the only real bad part about it is just the friction between their family members. They simply have a job that they will do to the best of their abilities.
Right. Interesting. Well, that would be. You can send a word on. You can send a word on to them, that'd be. Especially as most of us are newish to this land, so.
Of course. And I'm sure they'll want to return.
Our reputation building would be fantastic.
Yes, of course. And I'm sure they'll want to repay the favor to you as well.
Well, yeah.
Still, thank you for bringing all this to my attention. And if you do head to Lanarch, I do wish you, I would say if you want the best view, enter from the west.
From the west.
Right?
All right.
That way you get to way you get to see the walls that saved the Republic.
Fantastic.
All right. I think we should get going. Maybe think about that name before we go.
Of course.
Yes. It's got to be something good and snappy, and hopefully it's not too rude, so even the children.
Typically, that's a rule that even the mercenary companies follow.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't know. I suppose that temptation must be awfully powerful for certain ones.
I never said that people don't do it. But anyways, I shall not keep you here any longer than you need to. By all means, take the preparation that you need, and just be sure to let me know before you leave what you have called yourself, so that I can let the Orhammer family know the band of adventurers that have saved their son.
This is just Tom basically being like, you need to decide on a name, fuckers.
This may or may not be the God of Gods of God saying, hey guys, we're 8 sessions in. Pick a fucking name already.
We haven't got a name. when did we pick God's Headache? Actually, no. Before then, we were the Knights of Terradance Crossing.
You guys thought of that like literally second episode in.
I think we did. Yeah, it was really early Knights Pterodactyls crossing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think it was while we were there. Okay, so we'll have to brainstorm that. Okay.
so
Yep.
Alright.
you are let out back into the town of Nagin. Victorious in your journey and taking your first steps in gaining a reputation on the continent of Karmora. And that's what we're going to call it for this session. And that's also a level up for you guys.
Woo!
Yay! Okay.
Okay. I have a suggestion for us.
Yeah.
I would like for everyone to make a name suggestion. It doesn't have to be right away, but make a suggestion. I'm gonna make a survey, and then whatever gets the most votes.
Gotcha.
I am abstaining from it. But yeah, you all got level up because you guys have made your first step of reputation.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm just updating my notes, and then I'll do level up stuff.
So,
Martial versatility.
what did people think?
Are we doing like the what was her favorite part?
Yeah, while
thing?
this is all going on.
Maui, go.
Why am I always first?
Because you're the one with M in your name,
Yeah.
or the B in your name, I guess.
Give me a second. I think my favorite's probably the. I liked talking to what's his face?
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Because both in and out of game, I look at him in a certain way, and you guys don't. It's just that's how I'm looking at him. And also the fight with Kim was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what you guys were doing at the river, that was interesting.
Yeah, that was scary for a second.
Yep. What about you, Nate? What was your favorite part?
I feel like I'm super biased to this, but I also really like the sparring between Kimmy and Toto.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, as participants, it got really intense.
You were at one
But,
health at the end of that.
Just
Yeah,
two beast folk doing their thing.
and I guess apart from that, if I were to be a little more what's the word, impartial, Havelock kind of trying to traumatize. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Havelock,
Havelock.
Yeah.
also you need to level up.
Like Burr.
Right. Yeah.
Don't forget.
Anna.
She's typed.
She typed in Discord.
Oh. Okay. I didn't
Yeah.
see her thing. There it is.
Go for ability score.
Yep. I figure as well, because level 4 only really gets ability score stuff. It's like, it's fine.
Should I take Martial Adept or Sentinel?
Martial Adept.
Forgot to in my D&D's today.
Ed, what was your favorite part?
Adam's here.
The fight, and then Koto meeting Valkyr.
Mhm.
All of that was fantastic.
You also need to level up.
I know, I'm writing my notes. Leave me alone.
No, I will piss.
I think Dom's talking to someone
Yeah,
right now.
so I guess we'll skip Dom for now until
Yes,
he's
absolutely.
finished his conversation. So, Peach, what was yours?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, never mind. Dom, what was your favorite part
Hi.
then?
I think it was definitely watching Mav prank Koto with Valkyr.
What are you talking about? She was being completely sincere.
Yep, completely. Absolutely nothing wrong there.
Yep, completely sincere. You don't know what you're
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, Aki doesn't have a soul now.
about.
You could summon. You could summon a shadow Aki at any time you wanted now.
Yeah, yeah.
You just choose not to because my God, one is insufferable enough.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then Peach, what was yours?
Hi. I agree. I really love fucking Valkyr talking to Kodo, and just the sheer glee that Mevalair had from being a little shit. I also like the little kind of the little surprise with Levy of like these people wanted this thing. Oh wait, they're my family.
That's cool. Yeah.
You know, I
That's
didn't.
Yeah, that would
I
have
don't
gone
know.
very bad for McGinn if Levy had died.
Yeah. I thought that was really funny. I actually hope that we see Levy again.
I mean, he's alive still, so you could.
Yeah.
Well,
what about you?
see, two ones come to mind, although because obviously my brain's been thinking of all the stuff that's been happening, one of them's been muddled. But obviously the whole fight between Koto and Kindling was really cool.
Yeah.
That was epic.
That was really
Yeah,
cool.
but there's another bit that I forget what it is, but yeah, you could visibly see me facepalm after it. I forget. Oh no, I remember what it was. It was actually in that, like, roughly in that same spot, I think, where Koto, like, you know, showed the drawing, the dick picture. It's like, is this a part of it? And they're like, oh god, no.
You can just see like him connecting dots. Like, my God.
Koto's gonna be like that. What was it? Always Sunny thing. You're the guy with the board, just there, like,
Pepe Sylvia. Yeah.
And then like you move away from the photo, and it's a picture of Maui doing the exact same thing, but trying to figure out what Mevalair is.
Oh, whenever I'm talking, I'm emoting everything I'm doing.
Yeah.
Now I need to figure out a name. For
Speaking of Maui, you need to level up as well. Oh, who did we lost? Anna.
Yeah.
Hold on, I need to look at stuff before I do it.
Tom, I have a question.
Yes.
So I'm looking at martial art right now. And it's one of those things that it'll give you a superiority die, and you can take like the maneuvers from the battle master. Yes. I'm not specifically a fighter class that can get superiority die. Is there any way that I could earn them?
Well, it says you gain 1 superiority die.
I know, but I'm saying, like, basically I would only be able to do that ability, like, once in combat. Is there any way that if I were to train that I could get more?
I would say so, though it would be one of the longer, like, higher day costing ones, as I call it.
Okay.
You know,
alright, that is... Yeah, that is fair then.
Yeah, because...
What I'm thinking for that is, like, maybe at a higher level you get another charge.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's something that's, like, I know, obviously, it's not a case of, like, there's no point kicking it down the can kind of deal, but it's like, you know, there's no immediate rush, like...
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. I just, like... The ability is really nice. I just wish that I would be able to, like, stack it and get a die, I guess. But it doesn't let you do that.
Yeah.
I don't get anything at 4th level. Okay.
Yeah. I guess it does seem a little bit weird, where it's like, hey, you learn 2 maneuvers of your choice. You only gain 1 superiority die.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Although I think there's now a couple of passive maneuvers that you can do now. I could be wrong. Let's see.
Some of the maneuvers are inherently passive, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, there we go. It's like when you move, you can expend one superiority die, rolling the die to add your AC. You can use your reaction to
Ooh.
expend. Okay.
Well, yeah, I can add these challenge rating up to half, not a quarter for my wild shape.
Nice. And I think you can turn into
And
a
also,
fish
it does
now.
say, yeah, it does say that doesn't have a flying speed, so no, I can be a fishman. I can be a fishman.
Unfortunately, a Kuoto is not classified as a beast.
Oh,
Yep.
man. Oh, that was very mean of me. Sorry, sorry, Kawatoa. God, I'm so in character.
Yeah. That's what
Also, I'm going to take this ability score increase because I've got 19 wisdom.
let's see. Yeah, Kuoto is classified as a humanoid,
Ooh.
which makes sense. It is indeed human-like with a fish head.
What good druid feats.
Are you ready for me to become a true fucking dragoon and fucking lunging attack?
Riposte! Pirouette!
You have become the thing you swore to destroy.
Yo, use Garrett Skogel on him.
Listen, I saw that and I was like, for fuck's sake, she's just a dragoon. She's just
Yeah.
a fucking dragoon.
You can't lie, they're cool now.
Wisdom!